Hola y bienvenidos a Amores Patos. Hi, welcome to Amores Patos.
I'm your host, Anna.
And I'm your other host, Faby.
This is a podcast where two best friends get together and talk about
Duck facts,
duck lore,
duck heroes, and Ducktales.
Hello.
Hi.
That out. Or don't, just keep this. This is the 13th episode of Amores Patos.
Yes.
Right? Yes. Great. The most highly anticipated episode for us to both watch and review.
Yeah, it's been a long time coming. Actually, almost to the year of when this first was announced.
Yeah. So this is B.U.D.Y system. I got the joke.
Yeah.
In this title.
Okay.
Not just like the buddy, but like the phrase
The
the
buddy
buddy system. Like I got it.
Hey.
I got the joke before the actual episode, before we actually recorded, because I'm afraid to say that the missing links of Morshire and what was the other one that they got like last minute?
The Neverest.
They got those like when Faby pointed them out when we were actually legitimately recording.
I guess we discuss everything except the titles.
Yeah, like I barely know the episode titles. Like
I barely
know the episode titles. I'll be like the Mummy one, the Neverest one.
I surprised myself earlier. Oh my god, my notes are falling apart. I was like, oh yeah, the Great Down Chase. I was like, oh, I actually know that one.
Like I know the episode titles for like almost all of Ducktales, for a lot of the Darkwing ones, like the actual titles. But for this one, like the one, the Mummy one. Like I learned the great the Birthday Beagle Massacre,
Hey.
which I have a bad habit of calling, as you probably know if you've listened to earlier episodes, the Great Beagle Massacre.
Yeah.
But it's getting its name changed.
Really?
I think. I don't know if it's super legit, but I think they're changing it to the Great Beagle Breakout. Because Massacre is a little violent.
Yeah, it's horrifying.
I like that.
Damn. I mean, it's a good thing that we don't actually name our episodes what they're named, because then we have to change.
Great Beagle Massacre.
Yeah.
Yeah, but anyway, let's get into this episode. We are insanely. I've been looking forward to this all week.
No, same.
Like I've been looking forward to the actual episode for like a year. But I've been looking forward to recording this episode all week, for sure.
I've had a crazy ass week. This is gonna be the highlight of my week.
Yeah. So I guess we'll start with giving credits and stuff.
Yes.
As we do. So, the story for this episode was by Frank Angones, Madison Bateman, Colleen Evanson, Christian Magelhays, and Bob Snow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for your service.
It was directed by John Aoshima. It was written by Frank Angones.
Thank you, Frank.
I know, I look back, because we only recently started doing this.
Yeah.
He also wrote, the Woo.
Okay.
I was very lackadaisical. Woo!
Yay!
You can't just say woo.
Woo.
It's so depressing.
Woo.
Or I think it's part one. It's like I forgot what part one is called, but it's like something Atlantis. It's like part one is something, and then part two is something Journey to Atlantis. That's something else. I think
I don't know.
The actual Atlantis movie. But anyway, the storyboards were by Benjamin. Balistreri. Yeah.
Hey.
Evan Freeman, Mark Garcia, Tanner Johnson, and John Ramirez.
Hey.
Okay. And Duckworth Watch. No Duckworth.
No Duckworth.
No Duckworth here. And Benzene Cool Zone Watch.
What the fuck?
He's not here. No Cool Zone.
Sad. So sad. I'm so sad he hasn't appeared.
I'm so sad. I'm holding out hope, though. Like, I'm legitimately holding on hope. Maybe in season 2, they'll put a little thing in like, hey, Amores Patos, this is for you.
Here he is.
If he winks at camera, I know it's for me.
Oh my god. That's horrifying. Makes direct eye contact, calls you out by name.
Dude, I was just winking. Jeebus.
Okay.
I just, one quick thing. I know, if you listen to, Frank Angones actually guest appears on the more popular Ducktales podcast.
Yes.
Duck Blur, now Duck Blur : Let's Get Dangerous.
Yes.
And when he talks about, process of, like, creating Ducktales and, like eventually, like, how they got Liminal Miranda.
Yeah.
And then, more recently they did the Justice Ducks episode of Darkwing Duck. So definitely check those out. They're very good episodes with a lot of really cool behind the scenes kind of stuff about how the show went around, like, getting all these guest stars, Liminal Miranda particularly.
Yeah.
It's very nice.
It is.
Anyway.
Listen to them.
Yes.
They are so fun to listen to.
Yeah, they're really great. So let's get into this episode. So we open up with a shot of the Audubon Bay Bridge, and me dying. Like,
I was watching this, like, the night.
Yeah, same. Like, I got the link, and I'm like, dude, oh my god. And I sent it to you, and then, like...
And we were both watching it, at different houses, but at the same time. And, like, this opening shot opened, and I was like, is it?
Yeah, no, immediately I'm like, holy shit, it's the Audubon Bay Bridge, it's St. Canard at night, like, it's like all dripping with atmosphere, and this is, like, I'm just like,
and I lost it.
Yeah, I lost my mind.
I had to pause it and be like...
Yeah, no, like, oh my goodness. And so we start out with, we get a Jack in the Box noise, Jack in the Box being... Winded up, thank you. And it's Mr. Banana Brain on the side of this Jack in the Box. And the Jack in the Box leads to, like, this night of, like, TNT and shit. And it blows a hole in the wall of banks, as we see. And who else is it than 3 of the Furious 5?
Yes. And
robbing a bank.
They got their old-fashioned money bags with the dollar sign.
On the side. So it's Quackajack.
Yes.
Megavolt.
And the Liquidator.
Looking much more buff than his previous incarnation, who's kind of like kind of generic water dog shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, they all look very stylized. Like,
the animation is so, like, good and like there's something like slightly different from like the usual.
Oh yeah, no, yeah, like it's stylized and like this whole in this new series kind of style. Like the Jester's head is bigger. Megavolt looks a little bit more. He looks more stylized, like more rat-like, which I liked. Just it's really, really great.
It's so good.
Cameos. Anyway, so they're running out of the bank, and they're like, we did it. We robbed the bank.
And then, as they're running out, like the light bulbs start like exploding, shattering, and Megavolt, so dramatic.
Yeah. He's like, no, like he calls them. What does he call them? His
brethren,
Bulby brethren.
And he's like, I'll avenge you, and he's like, who would dare?
Who could do this? And then this trademark red smoke starts appearing. Purple smoke. Whatever. Purple smoke starts appearing, and we get the masked Mallard himself. Like, really, really great. Oh, there's a cute little thing with Quackerjack has his chattering teeth in his hand, like the wind-up chattering teeth. Yeah, so Darkwing is here. It's really, really great. It's the quintessential Darkwing here.
Yeah. He's on top of, like, the bank.
On top of the bank. Like,
the moon behind him.
Yes, he does this, I am the terror that flaps in the night. Yes. I am, what is it? The
little roller skate at the base of Villainy staircase.
Yes. And he's also been, he does look a little bit different as well. He's definitely a little bit more stylized.
Yes.
I
stared at him. that meme, he's like, I've stared at this for 5 hours.
Yeah. And he is voiced by Jim Cummings, of course, and it's amazing to hear him as Darkwing again. I got a little bit emotional.
Same. I kept having to literally pause, scream, and then my roommates are like, "Are you okay?" And I'm just like, "Yes, this is just very important."
Yes, the villains run off and Darkwing gives chase because he ran off because he took too long.
Yeah.
He was monologuing.
He's like, oh, I gotta get a shorter intro.
Yeah.
I am the terror that flaps in the night. I am the lone roller skate at the base of villainy staircase. I am Darkwing Duck.
We see he chases him down, he wraps on a flagpole and jumps down. That's a really good shot. But we see in the background of that scene, there is a big billboard for Shush that has Grizzly Cough. Agent Grizzly Cough on the side of the billboard.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I noticed it immediately. I'm like,
same.
That's a Shush, that's Shush.
Because it's framed so well, and it just like brings attention to you, and I'm just like, Shush.
Yes.
Shush.
And he jumps down and just lands on Cracker Jack.
Yeah, he does. He does the cool superhero pose.
Yes, the superhero landing.
Yeah.
So this whole seems like a really good mix of what Darkwing is. It maintains its classic mix of slapstick and competence, which I've always really liked. Very well portrayed here, and so we see that this is actually a TV show.
Yeah. Which kind of shook me a little bit, because there's a whole battle, Yeah,
there's a whole battle.
They go back and forth, the grappling gun, the gas gun makes an appearance.
Yes.
That made me really excited last night when I was doing the nose.
Yes, oh my god. Yeah, he fires up, and he jumps on top of a building, and we see that Dewey is watching this.
Yeah.
So this Darkwing and this universe, as far as we know, is a TV show. Dewey's watching this and I thought it was a really, really, really cool thing to make Darkwing a TV show in this.
Yeah.
The whole thing with Ted Stones is it's an alternate universe.
The alternate universe thing. So making it a TV show in this, it's I don't know. It's good.
Yeah.
I'm a fan. We knew this
beforehand.
We knew this beforehand.
We didn't know how it would be portrayed.
Exactly. Though. When I knew that Darkwing was going to be in this episode, but seeing the first shot being shot, Darkwing, I was just losing it, because I was I am not prepared.
Yeah, I wasn't ready for it to be the opening. And I'm my god, oh shit. And also Darkwing being a TV show, it makes sense with Darkwing being an egomaniac.
Yeah, hell yeah.
So being a TV star fits that. And so we see Dewey is watching this on Launchpad's old tube TV, it's VCR, it's right on top. You have to put in. Yeah, so it's just Dewey and Launchpad hanging out, which is nice to see.
Yeah, which I'm actually backing up the fact that they're friends and stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just it's so good to see the kids really actually interact with other characters that isn't just Scrooge.
Yes, actually I like that.
Yes.
And so Launchpad got him a In and Out.
Yeah.
I don't know. Hamburger Hippo, let's say.
Yeah.
There's no logo that makes us assume that. I'll just say Hamburger Hippo. Yeah, so we see that we see that Launchpad. It's confirmed later where exactly they are, but Launchpad lives in Scrooge's garage.
Yeah.
And also out of the limo, because he has his own stuff in the back of the limo.
But yeah, so when it we're watching this scene and then it pans out into the television, and Dewey's kind of saying,
he's what's this weird show?
Yeah, what is this?
Yeah.
What the
and
heck?
Launchpad's what? Excuse me? I think first he's fishing his keeps his professional shirts in the trunk of the limo.
Yeah.
His work shirts.
Don't we all?
Yeah, and he's ketchup stain or mustard stain on the shirts. And Dewey tells me mustard looks less like blood.
Yeah.
And it tripped me out that his professional shirts are short sleeves.
Yeah, same.
Yeah, I thought they were the nice long sleeve ones, but no, they're this shitty, the polo shirt.
It's a polo shirt.
Yeah.
I'm assuming it's a polo shirt
sleeves.
now. Because I used to think it was a dress shirt.
Yeah, me too.
Is he wearing a polo shirt with a tie?
Yes.
Okay, that's my costume. That's gonna be my cosplay.
That's he still wears his pilot's jacket over it, so you can't tell that it's the weird short sleeves.
Exactly. Oh my god.
Like the Best Buy worker's shirt.
But yeah, he's getting ready for work.
Yes. I want to talk about what we see in the background of this, because so Launchpad lives in this garage, so we see there's some a bunch of really nice just art kind of things. Things that they've done in the background to make it really personalize it. So we see he has a washing machine off to the side. They're in the living room area. There's a ratty couch. that really needs to be replaced.
It does.
Like an old tube TV. There's a Darkwing Duck poster on the wall with Darkwing like in silhouette.
I want that poster.
Yeah, it's a really
cool poster.
And a poster of a burrito.
Is it?
I think it is. I hoped it was a map. But
I thought it was a map. It's a burrito. I can see the fucking thing. It makes me want to get mad. There's
a bunch of stuff. But there's a loft area.
Yes.
With like fairy lights.
Hell yeah.
Which is cute.
That's adorable.
Launchpad has fairy lights.
Like any teen that ever in every dorm ever.
And the second level has a hammock, where I think he sleeps in a hammock in the original series too, in his weird, horrible, ratty shack that he lives in the original series.
Because Scrooge only provides his employees shacks.
Penny a mile. Please, a penny a mile. Launchpad had to build his own house in the original series. Oh. And so the second level has the hammock, there's a punching bag, and a weight bar. What is that called? You can tell I never go to the gym. What is it called?
Oh my god, I know what it is now.
Pull-up bar?
Is it a
push-up bar? No.
What? Wait, I can't see it, so I don't know what you're talking about.
No, it's those things that like you lay down and you're lifting it.
Pull-up bar, I would think. Yeah.
But this is a pull-up.
Okay, but what way are you trying to lift up?
No, like you lay on your back and you're pushing.
Oh.
The weight thing. It's a big weight. The big bar with weights on the side.
I need my brother's help. Where's my brother? I don't remember.
Several thousand miles away.
No!
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
At the gym.
At the gym. He works out. Whatever.
You need a spotter for those things. Anyways, yeah, so Dewey's all like, what is this weird show? And Launchpad's all like,
how dare you?
Darkwing Duck? I'm exaggerating.
Us, anytime we, mention the show, people are like, what is that? And we're like, excuse me?
Yeah, so we see that Darkwing is the biggest fan of
Launchpad.
What the hell did I say?
I mean, Darkwing is the biggest fan of Darkwing. But specifically Launchpad is the biggest fan. Which, not gonna lie, it made me very emotional as I was thinking about it.
Yeah, no, I think definitely Launchpad is meant to be the fans, the viewers that watched Darkwing growing up. Yes, but people who grew up with a more this hokey cartoon.
Yeah.
Instead of because Dewey's like he's like well what the heck there's no CGI.
Yeah.
Or,
this
lasers.
Guy's a hero. He doesn't use lasers and this and that. And he's like no Launchpad's that hero guy is Jim Sterling. He's an old school actor who did all his stunts and he's honestly that's TV back then,
Yeah, no, it's definitely very 60s Adam West Batman.
Yeah.
How they're implying it, which is great.
I love it.
Darkwing, what's the line? Wait. Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb. Is that the line? Fuck.
I don't remember. I don't know.
It's Adam West Batman. He's trying to get rid of a bomb, but then there's nuns and then orphans or something or a bunch of kittens or some shit.
Oh my god.
And some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
Jesus. I've never actually seen this show.
I watched a little bit. It's the most ridiculous thing ever.
I bet.
You can put in the actual Batman line.
Okay, I will.
It's very good.
Some days you just can't get rid of a bomb.
It's old school, shitty. Well, not even shitty, because I love it.
Old school, practical effects.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Some of the best practical effects were in The Man from U.N.C.L.E. From the 60s, which was my favorite when they have a bear, and it's just a man.
What?
It's a man in a suit. And it's just so funny to see these, very serious, those are spies, if you don't know what the Man from U.N.C.L.E. is. They're spies, and they're, very serious, we need to protect this woman from this bear, but it's just a man in a suit. And, he's not even crawling, that's the thing. He's just standing up. And it's so stupid.
It's we're not even pretending this is not a bear costume.
It's so dumb.
But, yes, I think, I think, we're definitely meant to be, in Launchpad's place as, the fans of this old show that, maybe a more younger generation would not know about, wouldn't understand as much. Because Darkwing doesn't have powers.
Yeah.
Unlike most superheroes today that do.
It's just him and his weapons and his smarts.
Yeah. And as Launchpad's talking about Jim Starling, So Dewey asks, why not... Wait. It says, yeah. So Jim Starling is in this universe, apparently, the actor who played Darkwing Duck. So very, like, Tom Cruise and doing all his own stunts in Mission Impossible. And Adam West. And we see a glimpse of the Ratcatcher.
I know.
For a second. It looks...
really cool.
Really rad.
I love it.
Like, it's way more exaggerated than the original series and then the original Darkwing Duck Ratcatcher.
It's a little smaller too, right? I feel like.
We're not getting it from a
true.
super legit perspective, but it looks really cool.
It looks sleek.
It looks very cool. And we see, even though he did it that Jim Starling did all his own stunts, even though he got a little bit banged up in later seasons. Yeah. And at this point, we see like him like slip. I think like. And then, like, crash into the camera. Yeah. And he's like, keep rolling. But to Dewey's like, why don't you CGI? And my response is, so is the Liquidator just like that? Is he just a mutated dog?
Yeah, because we see him.
Jack?
Yeah, we see him use his powers.
Yeah.
We see the water, like, do the whole thing. Because like, he, like, electrocutes him and...
Yeah, and Megavolt.
Yeah, and Megavolt, yeah.
Is Liquidator just like that? Did they hire an actual mutated dog to play this role?
Well, that, like, for me, that brought the whole, like, how much of this was, like, TV?
Yes. My grand theory, my unified theory, is Launchpad was actually Darkwing Duck's actual sidekick.
Yes!
And recorded.
Yes!
And at Darkwing's behest, filmed his adventures, and then he plays them off to Dewey as a TV show. The only snag is the Darkwing bobblehead.
Yeah.
Which Launchpad could have made.
I mean, maybe it did get aired. That's the thing. Maybe it did get aired, and then this, like, fandom, like, kind of thing, like, popped up around it. But also, people make their own Funko Pops, so I would not put it past
Launchpad to make his own. They crash into the camera and it's like, keep rolling.
It's very, like, YouTube-esque. Like, the whole, like, when you're trying to, like, not be obvious. But you are so obvious. Yeah.
I want to have a quick thing about the villains.
Yes.
Because as the scene ends, I want to just quickly get to the villains. So, let me see. So we have three of the five Furious Five members who are the main supervillains in Darkwing Duck. The only ones who are missing are Bushroot and Negaduck.
Yes.
Having Negaduck would have been too confusing.
Yeah.
For like new viewers, they would have been like,
especially,
the fuck.
Yeah, because it's just
twin.
His evil twin. It's just it's evil Darkwing, and knowing little kids, that would have been really confusing.
Yeah.
Speaking of little kids, I found out my little cousins watched the show, and that made me very excited.
Oh, that's super great.
They were like, "Oh, do you like it?" I was like, "You don't understand."
I do a podcast. Yes. I like it a lot.
I like it a lot. So every time it would be on TV, they're like, "Faby, do you want to go watch it?" I'm like, "Okay."
Like, oh, sure.
Yeah. Oh, they're so cute. But yeah.
Bushroot is in here though, which is unfortunate. Even though his voice actor passed away. Tino Insana, he passed away last May.
Oh shoot.
It's upsetting. Megavolt is normally voiced by Dan
Castellaneta.
Yes, though in this one he actually isn't.
Which I thought was weird because the voice sounds so
the voice
on
is
point.
Identical. I thought it was him.
I thought it was him.
It's actually
still there.
Keith Ferguson though.
Oh.
Who does the voice of Glomgold in this series, and he also does, like I said, he does Lord Hader in Wander Over Yonder, and he does Reaper from Overwatch. And apparently, according to, I think, going on to his Twitter, that Keith Ferguson had never heard the voice before. He listened to Megavolt, and then, like, in one take, did the voice. It's really good. It's spot on.
Yeah, like, if you heard us in our, Darkwing. Wait, did we even talk about this in Darkwing? It might have just been us talking about things. The villain's voice, all the voices in Darkwing are so, like, distinct and so good. We did talk about it, I remember now.
They're very good, very sharp and funny.
Yeah. So, like, all the voices in this one, they're still so the same, and they're still, like, funny, and I'm just like, so to hear that it wasn't him, I was a little bit shocked, actually.
Yeah, I was really surprised. I'm like, oh shit, Jesus. And then Liquidator is in the credits as Coy Burton, though he does not speak at all, which is upsetting because he has really funny lines. He's like a evil salesman.
He's an old-fashioned, like, really cool salesman, and it's so fun to, like, just listen to him, but yeah.
And then Quackerjack is the same voice, it's Michael Bell. It's a really good voice.
He's so good.
And then I wanted to just give you a list of the best, some really good villain episodes from Darkwing Duck, because they're really good, and this made me feel very nostalgic for those episodes.
Same. Yeah, same. Yeah. Like, I just wanted to watch everything. I couldn't because like I said, I had a fucking crazy-ass week, but I was just like, I just really want it to be summer so I can binge watch all of this again.
Yeah, so I've listed the villains. They're some of the best episodes, in my opinion. Like, the best Liquidator episode, I think, by far, is Dry Hard.
Yes.
That's his origin episode.
The origin story.
And it took me while writing this to realize it's a pun on Die Hard.
You didn't realize?
No! I didn't! And it makes no sense in the context of the episode.
People are just like, okay, that's the pun, and then they name it.
Not even a water pun. It's because there's a drought in the episode, I guess.
Die Hard.
It's, look, the Liquidator, he's very good throughout, but he tends to just do like the evil salesman kind of jokes. In his origin episode Dry Hard, we get much more personality in him. Yeah, and he's really good, like making him more scary and funny and stuff, which I really appreciated. And for Quackerjack, a really good episode is his origin episode. His premiere episode is Whiffle Why You Work. Very good episode. Yes. Though his best episode, in my opinion, is The Haunting of Mr. Banana Brain.
I love that fucking thing. It's so horrifying.
It's definitely one of the scariest episodes of Darkwing Duck.
Yeah, like, I think watching it as a kid would have, like, potentially actually scared you.
Yeah. It's a really good... I don't want to spoil it because it's such a good episode. Definitely watch it. The best Megavolt episode is, I think, Clash Reunion.
Yes, yeah.
We see he and Darkwing kind of share a past.
Yeah, I love that episode. It's probably like my most rewatched episode. Also because I just love that Launchpad Darkwing interaction. Yeah.
And also, Quackerjack and Megavolt tend to have episodes together a lot. Yeah. I think, in my opinion, one of the best ones is also one of the best Darkwing Duck episodes overall is Time and Punishment. Yes. Where, Gosling goes missing and Darkwing, in his grief, turns St. Canard into a police state.
Yeah, it's fucking insane of an episode. It's so good. It's very good. We get to see like older Launchpad, which is really fun.
Like, and actually, he's still dumb but more mature, definitely. Yeah,
and just like it's kind of like there's a lot of like within Darkwing Duck. There's a lot of like AUs within it.
There are.
Yeah, but this one of like what would have happened if
Gosling went missing and Darkwing blamed himself.
Yeah. And it's so intense when you really think about it. And it's just like such a fun episode to watch.
It's really good. Yeah. We get Darkwing becomes Dark Warrior Duck. Like,
and any offense, it's like
jaywalking with a bad haircut.
Fuck! I'm going to jail.
And then Bushwood is not on this episode, but some really good episodes for him are Twin Beaks.
Oh fuck. He's dead in that episode.
We see his dead, desiccated face like 3 different times.
Yeah. I remember you just kept sending me screenshots.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, look! Bushwood's dead. It's a really good episode. Like, it starts out like a Twin Peaks joke, but then it goes off the rails at the end. And then another good Bushwood episode is Slime OK, You're OK.
Which is that one?
That's the one with Gosling turns like a slime monster.
That one's fucked.
Yeah, it's a really good episode. Bushwood is kind of creepy in that one.
Hell yeah, he's so fucking insane. Because you think it's gonna go one way and then it like kind of 180s and you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah, really good episode. So,
really good.
Sorry, back to this. I'm very excited about Darkwing Duck. Anyway, so we kind of like we didn't super get into what's exactly going on with Launchpad and Dewey.
We're way too excited.
So we see, so Launchpad's like asking Dewey like which shirt should I wear? Yeah. Getting all professionally dressed and stuff.
Yeah, he's getting ready for work what we assume is work, and Dewey's asking him so like what?
Yeah, he's like, so what's the
special occasion?
Yeah. Well, I think before that so they get in the limo.
I'm forgetting the order of things. I'm so sorry.
So they get in the limo and we see that Launchpad really takes Darkwing's lessons to heart, like in a really kind of sweet way. Yeah. And he imparts them onto Dewey in like kind of in a big brother type fashion. Not the best lessons maybe, but it's like what does he say? Like, I didn't actually write it down.
Yeah,
he says some sort of wisdom.
I was like reading my own stupid ass notes. I'm like, why would I say that? No. So Launchpad is like, a hero thinks with his gut or not at all.
Yeah. He's like, right, DW?
Remember, Dewey, a true hero thinks with his gut or not at all. Right, DW?
Let's get dangerous.
I don't see the little bobblehead.
Yeah, which I actually, like, knew what it was from the trailer.
Yes.
I was just like, that's a bobblehead.
Like, wait. It's a bobblehead.
Yeah, that's a bobblehead. I want it. And he, like, presses it, like, down.
Yeah.
And it's, like, it says, like, the famous, let's get dangerous.
Yeah.
And I cried a little every time.
Yeah, we get the phrase, let's get dangerous throughout the episode, which is, I'll get into that. But, and Dewey's like, you know what, what's the special occasion? Because Launchpad's all, he's in his uniform, with his chauffeur hat and stuff. I love Launchpad that he has, because the original series Launchpad just had his, like, pilot outfit, because he was just the pilot.
Yeah.
He didn't, Duckworth was the driver.
Yeah.
And in this, he's both.
Yes.
So I love that he has his little professional outfit.
Yeah.
That's like his super shitty polo shirt, which is so much more, like, realistic than, like, the dress shirt I was imagining.
Exactly. No, yeah, because for me, if you haven't gotten it, I'm gonna cosplay Launchpad. So I was like, I need to buy a dress shirt, and then I need to buy, like, the fucking pilot coat, which is really hot.
Now you know.
Now I know it. I'm gonna legitimately just buy a polo shirt and wear a tie with that. You have to deal with me.
You just need a chauffeur hat.
Yeah, or maybe still a pilot's hat, because that's fun.
Hat, yeah, so what's special occasion? Launchpad finally got his license. It's a special occasion.
And Dewey's like, what?
Dewey has a second to be like, wait, what? And then there's, like, ramming through the garage door. Like, he leaves a hole.
Yeah.
Like, the aluminum garage door. Like, the whole ass limo.
Yeah.
Going through it.
What's the special occasion anyway?
I finally got my driver's license.
Oh, wait, what?
And I just fucking love, like, just the panic in Dewey's like, wait, what?
Whoa. And we said even after being with Launchpad for a while, Dewey's still not used to his horrific driving. So we get, like, a Ferris Bueller's Day Off reference.
Hell yeah.
A slow motion of, like, the limo just, like, careening down the street in midair. He does not stop at the stop sign.
No. He, like, goes over the stop sign.
He flies over the sign. Does it still count if you're above the stop sign? Like, a foot above it?
It's so fun, because, like, Launchpad's just, like, happy, like, driving, and, like, Dewey's, like, the elastic of the seatbelt, like, ah! And I know it was, like, not a reference to Fast and the Furious, but it reminded me of
There are going to be a lot of Fast and the Furious references, guys. I'm sorry. I've never seen Fast and the Furious. I'm going to be in the same boat as you.
So, for me, Fast and the Furious is, like, a guilty-ass pleasure. They're so fun to watch. But, yeah, so because Fast and the Furious, there's a scene where they're, like, trying to, like, there's a train coming, and they have to, it's Toretto and Brian, I forgot his last name, fuck.
I know,
they're, like, it's Vin Diesel and Paul Walker. And they're, like, they have to go across this train, and there's, like, this so, like, early 2000s scene of, like, they make it past, but then, the cars are still in the air, so when they touch down, there's that repeat scene of it, like, touching down, and they keep doing it from different angles.
No! God! Oh, that's terrible.
I love it.
That's terrible.
But yeah, so, like, they keep going, and you can see, like, they're going, like...
Yeah, they're going into the city.
And, like, the music is so good.
Yeah, oh my god, like, everything in this episode is top-notch. The animation is amazing, the music is great.
Yes.
We didn't do with the music in the Darkwing thing, but it was very good music.
Yeah, like, here it's kind of like a jazzy, like, really, like, hip thing that's going on, and I'm just, like, a big fan.
Yeah.
Release the soundtrack.
So Dewey's like, how do you not have a license?
Mm-hmm.
And Launchpad's out, I have a pilot's license, don't I? Wait, don't I? And he, like, stares like, oh god, do I? Like, terrified for a split second.
Yeah, like, fuck.
And Dewey's like, aren't you worried that Scrooge's gonna find out? He's like, are you kidding? I mailed it straight to him. He's gonna be so proud. He tears up.
He does. He's like, he's gonna be so proud of me.
Yeah, because he wanted Scrooge to be the very first to know that he got his license.
Yes, it's such a good achievement.
Yeah.
I don't have my license. I can't drive.
And so we see that they pull into the bin, and Launchpad, like, they're in the parking structure, and Launchpad's still going, like, 90 miles an hour. And Dewey's like, we're in the bin. And Launchpad brakes so fast that they, like, skid on their side for a second, and then, like, turn and then land on the wheels in the perfectly in the parking spot.
Yeah, so he the stunts he's really good at.
Yeah, and like he does not react to like he's like, yep, all in a day's work. He's like he does not even acknowledge like he's so cavalier about his disaster driving.
Yeah. I love it.
Really funny.
And Dewey's like holding on.
Dewey's like, oh my god.
Let me out of here.
He's like, oh, be alive. He's like, let me out, please. And Launchpad thinks that Scrooge will have a surprise party planned for him.
Yeah. Because it's such a good achievement.
Yeah, so we're so proud of him.
Yeah.
Which is so sad. So you have like a little sequence of him bursting into various rooms. Surprise! Surprise! And then he opens up, all of them empty.
Uh-huh.
And then he opens up a closet. He's like, supplies?
Which, like, this joke always makes me lose my shit.
Like, Launchpad, what?
He's like, surprise! Nothing. Surprise! Nothing. Supplies? I'm like, why? Did you, like, mentally just want to make the joke to yourself?
Because he just felt so down.
Yeah.
Wouldn't want to ruin the surprise! Huh. Surprise! Supplies?
But he gets back in the elevator with Dewey, and Dewey's looking at him a little worriedly.
Like, oh, Bud, Bud, no.
And so they go down to the lab, Gyro's lab, which we haven't seen before, not really.
Yeah, we got
like, a brief glimpse of it in,
The Great Time
Chase.
Chase.
Yay,
I know that.
At the very end. Obviously, Launchpad bursts in again with his surprise, and Scrooge and Gyro are at a table, and they're like, shh. It's like, shut up, dumbass.
But, like, the whole time, like, at this point, I would have been like, yeah, nothing's happening. But he's like, oh, damn, like, the payoff's gonna be great.
Yeah.
I'm like, no.
Yeah, and we see the lab, which looks really, really nice. And it's an upgrade from the shack that Gyro lives in the original series. It's a shack. It's a wooden shack.
Yeah.
Like, on the outskirts of Duckburg or something. It's like, with his front lawn is just, like, littered with, like, inventions and junk. So the
Scrooge just provides them, like, minimum pay in the shack.
Yeah. So Gyro, he stepped up in the world. Mm-hmm. He's moved up in the world in the show.
It's a really cool underwater lab.
Yeah, it's this, so there's like rectangular windows that open up into Duckburg Bay. It's a really open spaces. It reminds me of like a 1960s spy Man from U.N.C.L.E. James Bond, like Q kind of vibe.
Yes.
Like
that's the vibe
of like the whole like of the lab, which I really like.
Mm-hmm.
It's very nice,
swanky,
very nice.
We're not gonna be stupid. How old are we?
Sorry. Also, there's like a second like a platform level. It's like a circular, and then stairs that lead up to a level that kind of wraps around the top of the lab with circular windows up there. So Gyro, Launchpad, and Dewey walk up to where Scrooge and Gyro are.
Yes.
Chime in.
I'm like staring at this. And, so they're around. They're standing besides like a round table, and on top of that table is like a tiny like model train looking. It's the monorail. Yeah. It's the Disneyland monorail.
And it's Gyro's new invention. It's a prototype.
Yeah, it's a little
thing. It's like, can you call it a prototype if it's like 1/300th scale width of an actual train?
Yeah, I don't know engineering.
It's a model of prototype.
Yeah.
Let's say, of the I wrote it down. Wait, the gear loose monophonic rail.
Yes.
And it's the monorail.
It's the monorail.
It's in the title. It's the monorail. And it was Launchpad. Both Launchpad and Dewey are like, what? Mm-hmm. And we said that Scrooge actually knows science stuff.
Yeah.
He's like sound powered train.
It's a sound powered train.
And they're like, what?
Because they were loud as hell when they came in.
Yes. Because I thought it was a nice touch with Scrooge actually knowing what it is. Because original series Scrooge didn't know jack about shit.
He doesn't.
Whenever Joe was like, oh, I created this AI that can read minds.
Do the old man voice that Gyro has.
Scrooge would be like, speak English, man. Like every time.
Yeah.
So it was nice to see Scrooge being like, it's
he's informed.
Yeah.
Like he's informed about what's going on.
Yeah. Which
is he?
I think it's more true to form that he would actually know basic, not super intense science shit that Gyro does, but he would know some stuff. Like he's been around a long time.
Ella. So yeah.
And I've written this throughout, but Gyro is a pretentious bitch.
I love him. He's
I've written this throughout. Like, I just called Gyro bitch throughout my notes. I love him, I promise.
I'm gonna end up using a lot of, like, his dialogue, because I mentioned this to Anna earlier. This episode is so dialogue heavy.
So dialogue heavy.
It's so dialogue heavy. So if we miss,
I'm not knocking it, like,
no, it's really great. It sucks for me, who, like, I always write down the quotes, so I'm just like, fuck, there's, like, a speech going on here. So, we'll be adding those in, because they're really fun. But, like, while I was distractedly just looking at the laptop earlier, I was thinking of the thing that we said, like, the parallels with, like, James Bond and stuff. In this world, obviously, Gyro is Q.
Yes.
But in the same way...
Really bitchy Q.
Q's bitchy as
well. Hey, nice.
So, like, because of my James Bond obsession. So, James Bond's Q, in, like, the older movies, used to be just, like, this older man. Yeah. Just older man who just kind of, like, eccentric and this and that.
Like
Gyro.
Like Gyro in Double O Duck.
Yeah.
Where he has to work for, I think it's Shush, or at least pre-Shush.
Yeah.
Because Scrooge doesn't pay him enough. So he takes a job with a spy agency.
Yeah, so he's like, in the original, like, DuckTales. He takes commissions. In the original DuckTales, he is very much like this eccentric old-ass man.
Yeah.
Just kind of does it. I don't know if he's old. I don't know if he's old.
He has red hair, but an old voice.
Yeah, he has an old voice. He's an old soul.
And he's very like, oh, golly gee. I'll build you this time-powered submarine.
Yeah.
So, and in this, Gyro's like, I'll kill you and every single member of your family if you look at me wrong.
So, like, just in, like, the newer, not really reboot, but the newer iterations of James Bond, Q is, like, this nice young man who's actually younger than James Bond, which pissed off a lot of people, apparently.
Yeah.
And he's very,
it
like...
makes sense, like, for a more modern, like...
Yeah.
It's like, old people, you're dying.
Yeah.
Like
Q, in the James Bond, he makes, like, a joke, like, yeah, we're way, like, past, like, exploding pens and stuff. Like, we're way better than that.
Gun and a radio. Not exactly Christmas, is it?
Were you expecting an exploding pen? We don't really go in for that anymore.
So it's, like, for me, that, like, parallel of, like, Gyro also being rebooted. Yeah. He's much younger, much more, like, technological. Yeah, he's a hipster. He's a hipster. He's a bitch.
He's stupid hipster. Like his hat.
Yeah,
I love they kept all these things, but oh god.
They hipstered it up, and I love it. Did. We call a lot of characters bitches in this, but we say it. Dude's a bitch. No, he's not a bitch. Who do we call Scrooge? He's the...
What did I call Scrooge? I have Scrooge McDouche. So
I think we call him the main bitch.
Yes!
Glomgold's a fake bitch.
That's right.
Gyro's the bitch.
Pretentious bitch.
The pretentious bitch.
Scrooge is the main bitch.
Yeah, he is. So I'm sorry if you don't like the word bitch, but we apparently really do.
I'm sorry. It's my fault. I think I'm the one who calls them these things. Oh my goodness.
It's hot in this room.
Oh my goodness. But, just off topic, we were talking about gyros, as if we're gonna segue for a while.
Let's just talk about James Bond for 20 minutes.
No, I have a professor currently who acts and dresses like Gyro Gearloose. I'm not joking. Like, he's not as insane or deranged as we learned, but, like,
just the mannerisms.
And he wears the sexy outfits. Like, he wears some weird outfits. He wore, remember, black jeans, a black vest, and a blue plaid shirt underneath, like a black silk vest and a blue plaid shirt. And then he's also worn, it was a pink and green plaid shirt with maybe a brown vest and maybe brown jeans. And he wears Converse with all these outfits. It's never anything but Converse.
I love it. Call it Professor Gyro. Eccentric as all fuck.
Never.
Yells at you. You're late to class, he doesn't let you in.
He's intimidating. Like, Gyro's a little bit intimidating.
Hell yeah.
Like, it's definitely, like, he's also a little bit intimidating.
Yeah.
Like, I would not want to make him mad. Like, Jesus. Like, it's more so, like, who, like, if he likes you, it's like, ah, shit, I feel cool. But if he doesn't like you, you're like, oh god, I'm terrified.
He's gonna kill me.
And he's a really young professor, too. He's, like, 30.
Hey.
Yeah. He has the most ridiculous name. I don't want to say it, though. Because it's, ridiculous name. Anyway.
You'll find him on Rate My Professor.
And just everyone just spam him like, you're Gyrogulus, Gyrogulus. Thanks, Professor, he's Gyrogulus.
Hell yeah.
Jesus. Anyway, so anyway, the monophonic rail. And Gyro's like, oh, look at this, it's super cool.
Yeah.
I invented it.
Yeah.
He named it after himself.
Yeah, he does. Fucking... And then he, like, demonstrates what it does.
Yeah.
And he goes, like, real close to it, and he's like, hey, little mama, let me whisper.
I was not expecting that.
I've been waiting to do that joke for, like, a week now.
I hate you.
Hey, how you doing, little mama? Let me whisper in your ear. Tell you something that you might like to hear.
No.
He hums.
He hums. But, like, my question...
Weird little hum.
Yeah, my question is, how does that work?
How would this train work in reality?
Yeah, because are you a conductor and you're just the only one?
Is the engine room completely soundproof from everything outside?
Yeah, because imagine
and you're just talking at the engine the whole time?
Because imagine you're just like there and you let it like a scream and like the train goes off the rails.
Yeah.
Like
the engine room would have to be soundproof. Yeah. Otherwise, the train rattling on the tracks would like make it go faster.
Yeah, exactly. Fuck. Anything, really.
Gyro, the fuck. And then, enter my special boy.
Oh.
My sweet, perfect boy.
I wrote my son. Yeah.
Fenton Crackshell-Cabrera.
I love him.
Who's only called Intern.
Yeah. And dummy. And idiot.
Yeah.
And a lot of things.
He enters carrying a stack, it's very cartoony, carrying a stack of papers as tall as he is.
Yes.
I have no idea what he's talking about.
Okay, I'll tell you.
But I love him.
He's like, elimination, Dr. Gearloose.
No, I know what he says, but I don't know what he's talking about.
Fucking alphanumerical substitution. The categorical reorganization of letters to prime digits.
I think
I have no idea what that means.
He reorganized his files,
I just say that, Fenton.
He talks a million miles an hour, and
I love him.
And he uses like really fancy, weird words for everything.
Yeah.
Illumination, Dr. Gearloose! Alphanumerical substitution. The categorical reorganization of letters to prime digits.
My blueprints!
He's great. He's great.
I love him. I love him so much.
I
literally had to pause it because even though I knew he was gonna show up, I'm still not ready.
Yeah.
And I was still like coming back from Darkwing being like the opening of this thing.
Okay, so he comes down the stairs carrying this huge stack of papers, and he's talking super fast. And the monophonic rail, I thought it was a really nice touch, because Fenton is known in the original series, he talks very, very quickly, and so they translate that with him being Latino, and so the monophonic rail starts speeding, like going insanely fast speeds. There's like a really nice little just like. He's talking really fast.
Yeah.
And it's going, and Gyro's like, no, and then it just goes flying off the tracks, like really so fast that it hits
the glass.
Hits one of the glass windows
and breaks it.
And so water's pouring in. There's measures against that considering it's an underwater lab.
I love that there actually like measures against it.
Yeah. And so like a wall thing closes over the window.
Yeah.
And so Gyro's like, my blueprints! He knocks Dewey into the water. Like, running over to, like, get his blueprints.
What a bitch.
He just knocks Dewey into the water. Dewey just faceplants. And the Fenton goes over like, oh, I'm so sorry.
Yeah. He has, like, a bucket and, like, a mop. He's, like, cleaning.
Yeah.
Fucking Gyro, he's like, intern, try to think. And Fenton's like, but that's all I do.
All the time. And he's like, let's do it better. And like purposely not saying Fenton's name.
Yeah. I didn't realize that until you mentioned it.
Yeah, no,
they don't.
Yeah, we know who he is.
Yeah, obviously. We've been waiting
for a year.
Yeah.
Like, should we talk about it?
Yeah, let's talk about it.
Or should we wait till the scene ends? Now, let's talk about it now. And this we'll talk about it real quick. So we've known that Lin-Manuel Miranda is going to be Fenton for almost a year now.
Yeah, it's going to be a year tomorrow, which I checked. Yeah. Because I was like, wait, when was the announcement? Because we kept kind of like assuming, and I was like, well, I'll just like look it up. And the first tweets appear like tomorrow's date.
Nice. Because I remember when the day you told me, I still remember because it was just so huge for me.
Yeah.
So we've been excited for the new show. I think most of the cast have been announced, not Fenton though.
Yeah.
Like we got Ma Beagle, we had Gladstone and Gyro and stuff. And we assumed Fenton would be in the show.
Yeah. We would.
It's Fenton.
Yeah.
Like he's one of the most popular and so well-known characters from the original series.
You know?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, and so I remember I was at the gym. It's like 9 a.m. And you messaged me. You're like, Anna, did you see the DuckTales news?
And from my point of view, I was literally like getting ready.
Yeah.
I was like on Twitter, and I was like, I saw this like flood of news, and I was just like, oh, it's DuckTales news. And at that time, I wasn't like super like following a lot of DuckTales related people on Twitter. Yeah. But I was like, whoa, and I was like, Anna.
Yeah.
Did you know?
See?
Yeah.
And nothing else, and I'm like, what? And I'm like on the treadmill, luckily alone in the gym. It's a small gym in my apartment. And so I just, before you can answer it, I'm like, what? I Googled DuckTales.
Yeah.
First thing that comes up, Lin-Manuel Miranda's Fenton, and my soul left my body. Like, should I recreate the noise I made?
With noise.
Yes. So I'm on the treadmill, and I see this, and I literally, no joke, that's the noise I made. No, I'm joking. It's a good thing I was alone in the gym. Otherwise, someone would have thought I received news that like a family member had died. And it's like, oh no,
I'm excited, not devastated.
Like, it's like, no, this DuckTales. Like, just beyond, like, just like disbelief. Yeah. And I still can't believe, like, I'm seeing it.
Yeah, exactly.
And I'm still like, that's Lin-Manuel Miranda.
Exactly, like, that's what, like, a lot of us, like, were joking, like, we're really gonna see this character animated. Like, he's been a still image for so long. Like, and just seeing him actually, like, move and, like, these mannerisms and, like, Lynn's voice. Yes. And I'm just like...
And the voice, it's Lin-Manuel Miranda, like, kind of like how he sounds in Hamilton in, like, the very first two songs. Mm-hmm. Well, when it's very young Hamilton, like, 19-year-old Hamilton.
Aww. And, like... When that got announced, I was just like, I was gonna watch the show anyways, but I was like, I'm for sure down. Really down.
That was way before like we were gonna do a podcast.
Hell
right?
Yeah,
like
podcast, that was a year ago.
Yeah, podcast was like
September, August.
It was summer session, wasn't it?
Yeah,
it was like August.
August, yeah.
But yeah, like, like what can you say? Like, like there aren't enough Latinos in anything. In any form of media. Mm-hmm. There are enough.
I was actually, like, looking up, I was trying to do research. It's not my gig. But I was, like, looking up, like, Latino heroes. And a lot of it was just me going, who the fuck is that?
Who's that?
Who the fuck is that? Or, like, I would click, like, different links and just be like, a minor character in this, minor character in that. And a lot of them were actually, like they would, especially in Marvel, they're just like based on like Aztec myths and stuff, and I'm just like, well, yeah, but like
okay,
at the same time,
but there's more than
Aztec. There's only about 3 that I recognized, and I was just like,
like I grew up with like I didn't grow up with any big mainstay superheroes, but like I knew Blue Beetle from DC, who was Jaime Reyes. And much more recently, in the last 5 years, we got the new Ghost Rider, Robbie Reyes, who actually showed up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. for a whole season 4, and he was amazing.
Yeah.
And beautiful.
Yeah.
Anyway, but
and like even in other cartoons, there's not a lot of Latino characters.
Aren't. Like I grew up with El Tigre, which is amazing. I still remember the opening sequence. It's El Tigre. These are the adventures of Manny Rivera, otherwise known as, and it's all El Tigre thing. He grew up in Miracle City, a spicy cesspool of crime and villainy. Love it. I grew up with that, and that was huge for me. That was really big for me. And it's the guy who made that show then went on to direct Book of Life.
Yeah, I love him.
And it's exact same. It's the exact same art style.
Yeah.
So I remember when I saw the first Book of Life trailer, and I'm like, this guy stole the same style from El Tigre.
Oh wait!
Same guy. Yeah.
And like for me, I was like trying to look back really, and a lot of it was just like, especially like in Disney movies, a lot of it was like Chihuahua dogs.
Oh god.
And like
my god, Beverly Hills Chihuahua will never stop haunting me.
Oh god, yeah, that. And then I was like, maybe I saw a little bit more representation because I grew up watching like PBS shows, so there was a tiny bit more, like Maya Miguel. But I thought Maya was fucking annoying as all hell. But
internalized sexism.
Exactly.
Internalized misogyny.
And I'm just like,
I watched Dora.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. I cut my hair like Dora. That was a bad idea. Don't. Just, no, that was bad. But yeah, there wasn't a lot, really.
No, not compared to everything else.
Exactly.
And only more recently, like, Coco. Like...
I'm wearing a Coco shirt right now.
I'm wearing Gizmo Duck.
Hey. I don't have a Gizmo Duck shirt.
But, only much more recently have we started saying more.
Yeah.
A little bit more. Like, Coco is huge. I saw it 4 times, cried every single time.
Same.
And because you just don't see yourself.
Yeah.
You don't see your culture in
You
anything.
don't. Like, for me to be, like, so excited about the fact that Poe Dameron, played by Oscar Isaac, is in Star Wars, and for me to say, like, oh, so now we have, like, Latinos in Star Wars.
Yeah, and then,
it's insane.
Then Diego Luna in Rogue One, like, killed me. Like,
and it's one character.
Yeah, it's one character, not 2.
Yeah, 2.
But yeah, like, because, especially with Diego Luna, who has the accent that's so very prominent.
Yeah. It's insane. Like, sometimes I think about it and I'm like, why am I so excited? It's because there isn't enough in the first place.
Yeah, and especially with superheroes, superheroes are a very big deal for me.
Yeah.
Like, I grew up with them. Like, I love them. They're some of my favorite things to watch. And then not seeing yourself there, like, it hurts.
It does.
Like, the only Latino character we have in the Marvel movies, we have Ghost Rider in Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., the show.
Yeah.
The only Latino character we have in the series is Luis in Ant-Man.
Yeah.
And he's great.
Yeah. I love that actor, by the way. I've seen him
Michael Peña,
Yeah, Michael Peña. Seeing him grow up in different shows and him being, like, a character, I always remember him as the weird, creepy guy in My Name is Earl. So funny. He was like a pimp.
Yeah.
He was really funny. And just kind of seeing him, and I'm just, like, seeing him in this Marvel movie, I'm like, hell yeah.
Yeah, and after I saw him in that movie, I saw him in, like, 2 other space movies where he's, like, a family man. Like, he has a wife and a kid in every single one of those space movies, and I'm like, yeah.
He plays a lot of, like, minor characters, but they're really fun minor characters.
Yeah, they're really great. But that's all we got, though.
Yeah.
Like, redo a character and make them Latino.
Exactly.
Like, you can just do it.
You just do it.
Like, a lot of what we get is, like, Latinos growing up in, like, Latino characters in, like, dangerous neighborhoods, and, like, that's fact, but that's what, like, there is that too, but give us more?
Yeah, like, I don't know, like, I would love, like, for me, I don't know, like, you guys have listened to me, I am, like, a Latina in STEM, like, I am going to be a chemist. Yeah. I would love to be like, so-and-so inspired me, and so-and-so inspired me to do this. Yeah. No, there is no one, except Sherlock Holmes, and he's a white dude.
Yeah.
Like, no, like, there isn't anyone. And for me to be like, okay, now knowing that my little cousins watch this show, and knowing, like, oh, they're gonna grow up with this hero that a lot of people back in the first time loved him, and be able to say, like, there's gonna be a hero that sounds like them, a hero that has a last name that sounds like theirs. Like, it's a lot. It makes me, like, emotional.
Like, me making this character, like, so, Gizmo Duck Fen is still one of the most well-known characters from the original series, and most well-remembered? Fondly remembered? And so recreating this character, recreating this character as a Latino, making him a scientist, making him smart, and just, like, so, it's like, and having him voiced by one of the most prominent Latino, and up-and-coming Latino
personalities,
because he's actor, singer, writer. He almost has an EGOT.
Yeah, he's amazing. It's a lot. Like, oh my god, this isn't really, like, it's a little bit related, but, like, how, like, sometimes people say, like, oh, so and so could play this person in, like you have a character of color, and they'll be like, oh, so and so can play this character, and then you, like, realize, like, that doesn't match, because people sometimes tend to just, like, put in brown people together, and I'm just like, that's not even the right race.
Yeah.
But I was like, okay, but, like, seeing, like, when they first announced this, it's like, maybe for some people they took a risk, like, you're recreating and making it very obvious that he is Latino, like
he's brown.
He's brown, you know?
And I'm going to assume he's Cuban.
Yeah.
Well, Cuban and Puerto Rican, because I know Frank Angona is Cuban.
Yes.
And I know since he wrote this episode, and if you definitely listen to, let me see, the Duck Blur episode. Oh wait, it means, let me find it written down. It is, let me see, I think the Duck Who Knew, when they review the Duck Who Knew Too Much, Frank Angones talks about how much this meant to him, how much this character meant to him, and how much making this character Latino meant to him as well. So definitely listen to that. It made me emotional.
Yeah, same.
I teared up listening to that episode.
Because, like, I already do it with a lot of characters growing up that I just read or watched, and even now, like, I'm just like, I'm gonna fucking choose to make, especially if they're like a cartoon character, like, I'm gonna choose.
You're Latino now.
Yeah, you're Latino now. Your sexuality is this now because I want to see myself somehow represented. Yeah. And for other people who are like in higher up, like actual like creative jobs and making shows, to be like, we are doing that and we're gonna take it by the reins and change these things. It's like, yes, do it. It's like, I can't do it right now at the moment because I'm still in school, but you're out there and you do it, and you know, fuck it up, you know.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
All right, I think we talked enough.
Well, it'll come up eventually again. But for the moment, we're good.
Yeah, for now.
For now.
We're 4 minutes into the episode. 5 minutes.
Fuck! Wait.
5 minutes.
Shit, we've recorded for an hour.
This is going to be our longest episode ever.
Yeah, it's really long. We've actually scheduled a lot of time in this room.
So we have questions we want to get to at the end.
Yes.
So yeah, anyway.
Let's go back to this. Launchpad has a fucking Zoolander moment in this.
Oh my god, he does. This is a building for ants.
He's like, you probably can't get a drive for that tiny train, and I'm just like, Launchpad.
Yeah. No. Shrink someone. But Scrooge, so Fenton walks off. And Scrooge goes up to Gyro, like, the board needs results. Like, the bulb tech, which we learned is the name for his, like, the low bulb technology.
Yeah.
Just making a joke about how Gyro puts light bulbs on all of his shit. In the original series, light bulbs on everything. All his inventions light bulbs.
Just kink.
No! How did that work? Don't answer. Don't answer.
It's his aesthetic desire. Okay.
But since bulb tech backfired, the board needs like results.
Yeah.
Like Scrooge tries to sugarcoat it. He's like, But Scrooge is like, we need something that won't, And Dewey's like, turn evil and kill us all. He's a little bit bitter about being shoved into the water.
Yeah, I know. I would too. Fuck you, Gyro.
The board needs results. Ever since bulb tech backfired, you need an invention that,
won't turn evil and kill us all.
And Zhao's like, I'm sorry, like, it doesn't work that way.
Yeah.
Like,
there's too many variables.
I can't just wake up and, like, invent, like, and, but then Dewey's like, what about a self-driving car? And he's like, what? No! He's like, a self-driving car would turn evil, like that, like, instantly. But we see that Beaks invented one. And Launchpad's immediately worried.
Yeah.
He looks over like, wait, what?
What?
And Dewey shows him his phone, and the news thing is an article and it says, Beaks, it's pretty lit. It says this on this article.
I didn't read that!
It says it's pretty lit. Oh. And we see that Gyro has like, kind of like an animosity with Beaks. He calls him a hack.
Yeah, and he makes a joke.
Yeah.
And he like does a little laugh, and I'm just like, okay, my boy.
And so he walks off with Dewey's phone, and Dewey's like, sorry, it's mine. And everyone ignores Launchpad.
Yeah.
And so Launchpad is pretty upset. He's like, okay, I'll tell you guys my big news later then. So he's a little upset and disappointed at being ignored this whole time.
He's like, oh, I just wrote a little tiny sad face here. And then so Scrooge and Dewey and Gyro are in the elevator, and Scrooge just like calls back to Launchpad, and he's like, hey, Launchpad, and he's like gets a little bit like excited.
He's like,
and he's like, stop having mail delivered to my office.
It's for incoming checks and death threats only.
And then I thought this was fucked up. He just throws it.
Yeah, he kind of just tosses it, and it lands in one of the puddles of water from the exploding window.
I'm like, fucking Scrooge.
Yeah, I think I guess Scrooge kind of being a dick without really meaning to be.
Yeah, like, I don't think he meant to, but it's just like so sad. His
mind's like on other things.
So he like Launchpad,
So Launchpad picks it up really sadly,
and we get to see things.
Yeah, it's a driver's license that he had mailed to the office. And so Launchpad's the only person to ever look good in his license photo.
Hell yeah!
He's posing for it.
Like, real cool. It's like a side profile.
Yeah, he has his chauffeur outfit on, and that was cute. Like, he's only getting this because he's a Scrooge chauffeur.
Yeah.
Like, it's it's me. I'm the chauffeur. So it will see, like, legitimately, like, proof that he lives in McDuck Manor Garage, which apparently needs no actual address. Like, there's no... It's just...
There's no numbers.
There's no numbers, like, for the actual manor.
whatever. We get to see his date of birth.
Yes, he's born on the episode and the day that the original Ducktales premiered, September 18th, 1987. Which, and when I saw that, I'm like, I bet
same.
That's too specific.
Yeah,
that's the day that Ducktales premiered. He's an organ donor.
He is, which I noticed. I was like, okay.
Good on him.
Yeah. I want to be an organ donor, but my mom looked at me and she's like, no. And I was like, wow.
Just do it.
I am. Like, next time that I renew it, I'm going to do it.
Nice.
But I was just like, fuck.
Yeah, and he has his little signature. It's the same as his signature at the Disney parks.
Yeah, when you told me that, I got mad because I was like, what the fuck? I didn't get to see anybody at the Disney parks.
we were on a strict schedule. We had to get on all the rides possible. And we still get them all, get on them all.
No, yeah, but like, I don't know, it always makes, like in SpongeBob, I think they also show, like, a license for someone. I think it was Mr. Krabs' license as well, and SpongeBob's, and it always just, like, tickles me to, like, be able to read these, like, stats.
Yeah.
Also, that means he's, like, in his 30s, and I feel vindicated.
He's 30.
Yeah, he's 30.
I'm assuming the show was still set in 2017.
Yeah.
Like how, how Gravity Falls was set in 2013 the whole time.
Oh. Yeah. I feel vindicated because there's always insistence that he's like early 20s,
yeah,
and I'm just like, no.
Yeah, so he's 30.
Yeah,
and I'm like, yeah, he is. So we have Launchpad looking sad.
Yeah.
And then we're at Beaks' robot demo.
Yeah,
and it's a big crowd of people. I always love when we get background characters. I love there's background characters and then just like gray, these ghostly gray figures.
Love it.
In the back, we have like the first like 5-10 people in front, and then just ghostly gray figures.
We get to see that dog that isn't Roxanne again.
Yeah. But also, like in different scenes, we do see like a whole crowd. Not ghostly gray figures.
Depends what angle.
Yes, I love like just like the detail in them. Like they all are extremely distinct.
Yeah.
Like we have the one who we've seen before. And then, like, a different colored version of this one, like, mustache dog guy. But, like, everything else is just distinct character designs.
I like that one with blue hair.
Yeah, there's a duck lady with blue hair.
Hell yeah.
There's, like, a female lesbian Dewey behind Dewey.
Yeah. Doppelgangers are scary shit.
Yes. So we have Beaks, it's Return of Beaks' hoverboard.
I fucking hate that thing.
So he's presenting his self-driving robot car thing. It's a robot that drives your car. I guess it's the B.U.D.Y system.
Yes.
B.U.D.Y. Short for
Beaks unmanned driver drone. Yay!
Yeah. He just really wanted to spell buddy.
Yeah. A la Shield.
Yeah.
He just really wanted to
spell. He really wanted our initials to spell Shield.
It's so dumb. He was just named it Bud with 2 D.
Yeah. But nah. He wanted Buddy.
Yeah.
And there's like the waddle W on the chest of the robot. And see, the Launchpad is very worried about his position with Scrooge. Yeah. Especially as Beaks goes through this demo.
Yeah.
Because he sees Scrooge look impressed.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, okay.
He's like intrigued by like the claims at least that he's doing. He's making.
Yeah. And then.
This is really when I realized how much dialogue there was in this.
Yeah.
Because I was like, fuck, there's a lot.
Yeah. So I'm just gonna skim kind of what happens so Gyro and Launchpad are vocally upset.
Yeah.
And it's and they're like, boo, don't like. And Gyro's like, I too don't like this. And Beaks is like,
very negative feelings.
Yes. And Beaks is like, Scrooge's driver and his chief inventor are threatened by my genius. Which reminds me, Beaks knows who Launchpad is.
Yeah.
Like, I guess people know who Launchpad is. Like, that's Scrooge's driver.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
Also, just confirmation that, like, Gyro is an inventor.
Yes.
Because inventors aren't the same as chemists. I am very bitter about this fact.
Well, yeah, he's not a chemist.
I know, but people insist.
All he does is build science. He builds shit.
He builds shit, and it's really
like Doc Brown, but not as nice.
Imagine if we reversed the personality.
No, Doc Brown needs to be nice. But Gyro's like, how do we know this won't turn evil? He's like, never said that line before. And Beaks glosses over this answer.
Yeah, he's just like Beaks deck.
He's like, stick a Beaks deck. Don't worry about it.
So the little robot, have we mentioned how it looks? It's just kind of like a...
It's like a laptop face.
Yeah, it has a laptop face.
It has a smile that does change. When they're talking about it, it gets like the sunglasses emoji face.
And it's just like kind of like a box body and like a regular
and robot arms and legs.
Yeah.
And we see that Launchpad actually starts challenging Beaks. Like, I don't have the dialogue, but like he's like, can a robot greet you with a warm smile and a compliment at the end of a hard long day? And he's like, yeah.
I wrote it all out. Do you want me to do you want me to act it out? No, yeah, he gets on stage.
Yes, Launchpad gets on stage, starts challenging the robot and Beaks. Buddy.
Yeah, Buddy.
Call him Buddy.
So he says a few things, and like Mark always has a reply to them.
What? Launchpad is like, can a robot compose a symphony?
What?
That's their iRobot.
Oh fuck! That movie's really disappointing.
I saw it once, like a million years
ago. Came from.
But yeah, so like Launchpad's trying to challenge it, and it's like, no. Like it's and Beaks has an easy response, and the Buddy speaks. It gives Beaks a compliment.
Yeah.
Like, that's a nice gray cardigan. Beaks.
You are killing it. And I was like, what's that tone?
Yeah.
What's that tone?
And the voice of Buddy is Corey Burton.
Oh.
Who does the voice of the Disney monorail, which will be in porn later. And also does the voice of Ludwig von Drake. Sorry. And then because Launchpad says something else like can a robot like pull you from like the wreck of a crash with like a
reassuring smile?
Yeah, and Beaks is like no, because Buddy can't crash.
Yeah, and Launchpad's like wait what?
He's like what?
What is that?
Yeah, well, can a robot pull you from the wreckage of a crash with a reassuring smile that tells you everything's gonna be okay?
Well, no, because it can't crash.
Wait, what now? I'm sorry, what was that?
So Beaks does a demo, and a bunch of obstacles come up, and Buddy just like swerves around them real easy, and he comes back, and it's all good. And Scrooge is like, shit, I'm really interested in this thing now.
Yeah.
And he's like, I might buy like a whole fleet of them. Like, it's great.
Gonna save like the industry money and stuff.
On drivers and stuff, I guess. But and I thought it was interesting. Both Dewey and Jarrow look at Launchpad really worriedly. Like Launchpad, Jarrow isn't really worried about his job. They both look at Launchpad like, oh shit, this is bad news for you, dude.
Yeah. Which I just really like to see though, because like we said, Jarrow's a bitch.
Yeah.
But like just
he's not a bad guy.
He's not a bad guy, and seeing it in the background be like, fuck, like I know what this means for Launchpad, and it just like it was 1 a.m. when I did his notes, and it was very. It was emotional. So
Dewey tries to help. He rushes over to Scrooge. Like, you don't really want like a robot driving you around, right? Especially when you have a bunch of like, you already have a really capable driver
and pilot.
Yeah.
And Launchpad's like in the back, like smiling, like fuck.
Yeah. And this is when Scrooge is like, I'll buy a whole fleet of them. Like, it's great. And Launchpad only does like a second more looking word before he challenges Buddy to a race.
But the winner, like the winner gets free candy for life.
And Dewey's like, Launchpad, come here. And he's like, that's much better. The winner, what is it? What does he say?
I didn't write that one down.
The winner, shit.
Gets like named the best driver, right?
Yes.
A race.
What are you doing?
Thinking with my gut. Me versus the bot. Winner gets free candy for life. Oh, that's better. Winner is named the ultimate driver.
So this is definitely like the Launchpad challenging Buddy to a race is definitely like the 1987 Ducktales episode Armstrong, in which Jarrow creates a robot, which we see a little cameo of Armstrong in the very first episode. We see his head in the Wing of Secrets. In which the original series Launchpad had this weird obsession with being a hero.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, like
it's weird, and it comes off in the weirdest moments sometimes.
Comes off out of nowhere. And it's out of jealousy of a TV show character, which is interesting. I can't remember the name of the episode. Far up and away, far. I don't know.
It's a weird episode.
Yeah, it's not one of the best. Not bad. But in that episode, which I can't remember the name of, that kind of starts Launchpad's hero kick.
Yeah.
Like out of nowhere, he's like, I'm a hero, and I'm gonna prove I'm a hero, and.
They're in a TV studio, basically recording for like
he
for
thinks
space.
Like the kids are like, oh, this like Star Trek parody character is really great, and he's like, he's not a real hero.
It's like Launchpad, he's an actor.
And it's a good thing they just threw out like Launchpad like wanting to be a hero kind of thing. And in the Armstrong episode, he's really desperate to beat Armstrong. In that episode, Scrooge is very much like, I'm going to replace you if you lose against this race. you lose this race against Armstrong.
Yeah. Because, like, right here, Scrooge kind of just, like, let's do the race.
Yeah,
but he doesn't, he's not like, if you lose, like...
You're fired. You're gone. But also Armstrong tries to stick over the world. He wins, and Launchpad's like, I'm a failure. Goodbye forever, everyone. And then Armstrong immediately tries to take over the world.
Wow. Goals. Yeah. It's really, like, the pacing for this episode is really great.
Yes.
It very much feels like its own tiny movie.
Yeah, like little mini has like arcs and shit.
Yeah.
Basically, Scrooge is like, alright, sounds good.
Let's go for it.
And then, Launchpad is the classic, like, okay, because Dewey's like, are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah.
And he's saying, like, no, like, he's kind of following Darkwing's philosophy, which is more, it's his philosophy.
Yeah.
Getting dangerous and trusting your gut, and taking risks.
Do it.
Yeah. And, I should write it down. So, winner's name, the ultimate driver.
Okay,
I did write it down. And so he does the may the best man win the handshake, and Buddy just crushing his hand.
He's like, robot hand, really strong robot hand.
He's like, in horrible pain, and Buddy won't let go.
Fucking Buddy's stupid smiley face.
He's like, yeah. See, that night, Launchpad and Dewey are sneaking into the lab.
Yeah, spy music plays.
Yes, like, Dewey's he's like along the wall, like crawling on his stomach.
Doing rolls and stuff.
Yeah, and Launchpad just kind of quietly creeping behind him, like not bothering to hide
at all.
And they kind of start like looking through books and stuff.
Yeah,
notes, desk notes, and then who appears but Frank's special boy?
Oh my god,
Manny the headless man.
Oh fuck! And he's still wearing Scrooge's head.
Yes, it's terrifying. So it's like a horse body with hooves, and then just like this terrifying.
A gray statue head, and he's wearing a lab coat.
Yeah, he's wearing a lab coat. And, Dewey thinks that Manny's gonna, like, beat them to death.
Yeah.
Hoof them to death. That's what he says. To be more child-friendly.
Fuck.
And Zhao's like, don't be silly. This is my new intern. Don't tell my existing intern. And then he tells Manny, but then, Dewey was right. He tells Zhao tells Manny to dispose of them violently. That's your boss's nephew, dude. It's not gonna work out great for you.
Murder. Fuck, that line, like, shook me. I was like, what's fucking hilarious? He's like, dispose of them violently.
And he says it really casually, though. It's not like, violently. It's like, violently. Please. He's like, I'm busy. Like, please get rid of them.
Yeah.
And then one of the best scenes. Put the whole thing in.
Yeah.
Because just, Launchpad tries to, it's the not Launchpad scene. He tries to convince Gyro to help him by telling him that his friend, not Launchpad, challenged robots to a race, and that he's definitely not worried about losing
and being replaced at all.
Yeah, by a robot, but his friend, Launchpad, is.
I need help. See, I have this friend. Let's call him not Launchpad, and he kind of challenged a robot to a race. Pretty common scenario. Now, not Launchpad definitely isn't afraid of losing and his boss replacing him with a robot, but he has a friend. Let's call him, Launchpad, who is very worried about that. So they thought you could help figure out how to take this robot down. Yes? Oh, in this scenario, you're still you.
This scene was animated by Kat Kosmala. Mm-hmm. It's really great.
It's so good because just like, the delivery, obviously, really, really great.
Yes.
But just the way Launchpad's face is animated,
like
the little
it's just
details.
Him for a couple seconds.
Yeah.
It goes to Zhao's like unamused expression like every so often.
Yeah.
But it's mostly just like
Launchpad.
Body language.
Yeah.
And just Launchpad. It's really, really
it's
great.
so fun. I was really impressed.
Yeah.
Like he like
so funny.
Yeah, like watch it because it's just funny. Yeah. Also, Gyro just looks like a bitch the whole time.
He's looking at him like, are you serious?
Are you serious?
Really?
And then at the end, he's like, in this situation, you're still you. And he, like, winks and finger guns at him.
Yeah. And instead of kicking them out again, which surprised me, we see that, Fenton was hiding behind a row of computer banks.
Yeah.
Is his desk back there? No, it isn't.
No, it's not.
He's just there. I think he just knows that Fenton was lurking back there.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Toby Determined from Gravity Falls. I just want to be a part of things. Your microphone What was the version? Your megaphone's a turkey-based Adobe. I just want to be a part of things.
When his fucking camera's a brick.
Yeah, he's like, your camera's a cinder block Adobe. It's reminding me of that.
I just wrote here, Gyro's bitch square head.
Gyro's, how Gyro's animated changes a lot through this episode.
Yes,
which, like, I noticed almost, like, maybe not immediately, but I did notice that he's animated differently.
Yeah.
Like, everyone else stays the same, pretty much. But, for Gyro is most,
he goes from, like, more square
noticeable.
shape to, like, more rounder.
Yeah.
And it's just really fun.
Yeah. And, I want to talk about, real quick, Fenn's design.
Yes.
Because we see it, like, really clear here, because most ducks are short. Like, Scrooge and Donald are short. Fenn is taller than any duck besides Launchpad that we've seen.
Uh-huh.
Which is good, because in the original series, Fenn is... Because obviously we don't see a lot of Donald in the original series, but Fenn and Scrooge... Fenn towers over Scrooge.
Yeah. He's really
like a
big.
full head taller than him.
He's really lanky.
Yes. And they kept that with his design here, which I really liked. And his hair is perfect.
We haven't mentioned the hair. The hair is the best.
Yeah.
It's
so well animated.
Yeah, it's so fun. It like moves around and it's like bouncing and it's like a really like cool like slick back kind of thing. Yeah. I'm a big fan of the hair.
Yeah, and he's almost as tall as Gyro.
Yeah.
Which like Scrooge is not at all.
I don't know. Scrooge is tiny though.
Yeah, Scrooge is tiny.
So
but
small.
Donald too. Like Scrooge and Donald are about the same height of a height. And Fenn is much taller than any duck besides Launchpad.
Which makes me question, how tall do you have to be to wear pants? This question again. How tall? What's the line?
But then you also need like the more like humanish body.
True. What if like Fenton was just bigger, but like the same body?
That's so scary. No. That's so scary.
I'm just thinking about it. Yeah. You have to wear pants.
You need like the more like human body, like
less of a duck butt.
Yeah. Anyway,
I'm just thinking about this now. Anyways, yes, back.
So Scrooge. So after listening to Launchpad's weird rambling, whatever, Gyro's like, okay, dummy, I have some dummies for you. And Fenn was lurking, and he knew that Fenn was lurking. And he's like, I heard everything. And he was at Launchpad at Manny. Everything. He's very excited to help.
Yeah, he is. Which I like that, like, Gyro wasn't like, fuck off. He was just like, okay, whatever.
And he's like, intern, deal with them.
Yeah.
But Gyro's off to the side while Fenton's like, he's like, well, there's a secret project we've been working on that's meant to benefit, like, all of mankind, both literally and figuratively. And you see, and while he's talking, Gyro's looking at just like he's like watching Fenn with like narrowed eyes, like more and more narrowed eyes, like bitch, you better not, you better not. And he does.
Yeah, he does.
You see, it's like there's a control panel. It says Project Blatherskite on the top. He pushes the button, and we see a robot visor. It's like with a bunch of numbers going all over it.
The old hacker.
Yeah. He's like engaged in big letters. Yeah. And then, like,
got me very excited.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, shit.
And it starts to, like, sort of rise up from this port in the ground.
It opens up, it's a kind of bunker thing, and then dramatic smoke starts coming out, and Gyro flips. He's like, no! He screams, and slams the button down to close it again.
The fucking smoke goes back into the hole.
Dramatic smoke. And Gyro's like, that's not ready yet. And then to Fenn, he's like, go to your room.
Dr. Gearloose is working on an innovation that will better all of mankind, both literally and figuratively. Behold! Operating passcode Blathering now!
And so Fenn walks off all dejectedly.
I know.
And so we see he's leading Launchpad and Dewey to his room.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And he apologizes for Gyro being more deranged than usual.
Oh, he calls him Dr. Gearloose the whole time.
Yes. Should we talk about that now? Let's talk about it now.
Yeah,
so Gyro's an actual doctor. Like I assume he has an actual PhD, not like a printed out, not one he got off the internet, like Doofenshmirtz. Doofenshmirtz who like has like a laptop taped to the wall.
Oh my god.
He does not have an actual PhD.
Oh god.
But this guy does, which I get with this guy. Because the Gyro that lived in a shack in the original series, lived in a shack, does not have a PhD of anything. In anything at all.
He does it for fun.
Yes. Scrooge never calls him Doctor.
Nope.
No one calls him Doctor.
Nope.
He's only called Gyro.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just this weird guy that Scrooge sometimes hires out.
Yeah.
He's Doc Brown. I bet he's a disgraced scientist, and he lost his PhD.
Disgraced nuclear physicist.
Yes. That has to be it.
He dropped out of school.
Yeah, or that.
Oh
my god. So he apologizes to Launchpad and Dewey for Gyro. He's like, Gyro's a little freaked out because he's not sure how Beaks beat him to the self-driving car.
Yeah.
But Launchpad, we learned, can't trash talk. He's like, don't worry, I'll take care of that altogether robot, and I'll dump him in the recycling where the garbage belongs.
And Dewey's like, oh no, bud.
Yeah, Dewey and I talk the same way I learned. He goes, woof. Okay, we gotta work on your trash talk, and I say stuff like that. I'm like, damn it, Dewey and I are the same.
When you realize which character fits in better with you, I know who fits in better with me, and I was like, fuck. No, but yeah, so they're standing outside of the bathroom.
Yes, yeah, and we see that. So Fenton very much don't want to help them, so he's like, step into my laboratory.
This is my lab. Then this is my laboratory.
Brace yourself, SpongeBob. This is my lab. And this is my laboratory.
Hi, welcome. We do SpongeBob jokes on this podcast.
Every episode, at least one SpongeBob joke. We can do it. It's not hard. His lab is in the bathroom, in the bathroom stall, because that's where Gyro put him.
It's not even the whole bathroom, which I realized. It's just the stall in the bathroom.
I hope no one actually uses this bathroom.
Hell yeah.
I assume there's an actual other bathroom that's for bathroom use.
You go to the bathroom and just get some nice light reading done. Just I wonder what Fenton's doing.
Yeah, because there's blueprints and schematics all over the walls.
Yeah.
There's actually a blueprint of the Gizmo suit on the wall.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Yes, I see it. Fucking physics.
Oh. And so Fenton just takes a fucking seat on the toilet.
That looks like the Death Star, but I know it's probably not. But it has the same circle with the little tiny.
Oh, maybe.
Yeah. Whatever. His blueprints.
Ben is redesigning the Death Star without the fatal flaw.
Hell yeah. Wait, are blueprints actually blueprints? Blue?
Yeah.
Yeah? Cool. I don't know. I haven't asked any engineer friends.
Yeah, they're blue or white. I googled it for other reasons. Not for this episode.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Fenton takes a fucking seat on the bathroom seat.
There's a diaper changing station.
Which he uses as a desk.
Yeah. Fun times.
So just I thought it was a really nice nod to Fenn's kind of sad existence in the original series, which was way sadder.
Hell yeah.
We see his home life.
His home life. He lives in a trailer with his mother.
I think I was going to get into it a bit later.
Okay, we'll get into it later.
Or just after the scene, I think. After the scene. We'll explain what's going on in the scene first.
We don't plan a lot of this podcast.
I did. I had you structured my notes.
But I don't, so I'm not in a plan.
It's a one-sided plan.
It's a one-sided plan.
Yeah, so, Fenn's super eager and excited and genuine to help, which has not changed from original series Fenton.
I love him.
So he pulls down his fucking diaper changing station desk.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay, what do you want to do? Do you want self-oscillating tires or
something like that.
Science,
NOS
rocket
tanks.
boosters and Dewey's like, yes, all of that. But we see Launchpad, he wants to win by being himself.
Yeah.
He doesn't want some extra tech.
On the car, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, I'm not sure about any of these gizmos. Which I'm like, hey, planted the seed there.
Hey.
He wants to win himself. He doesn't want the tech to do it for him.
Yeah. So he starts to say, I want you to basically reprogram me to be a better driver.
Help me, to beat the robot.
Yeah.
But that was, similar to what he's talking about with, about Darkwing. That you don't use CGI or anything. It's yourself.
It's yourself. And so
Fenn's like, we programmed my man's brain? He's like, what? Whoa.
And then Dewey's like, Mom, reprogram, what about, the whole just thinking with your gut and getting dangerous?
Yeah.
And Launchpad's like, well, it's not working out for me.
Yeah, so it was really nice to see, Launchpad being... this is an amazing
episode.
Oh, hell yeah. I don't think we've said that.
Yeah.
This is an amazing episode.
I want to apologize to Frank for... I don't know. Because, on our Neverest episode, I was just
oh, right. We're just complaining about... I'm like, make him a better character.
Frank was probably laughing they don't even know.
Just wait.
It's so good. It's more than like I got like bombarded. I was just like Darkwing one side, Fenton the other side.
Great.
Launchpad, yeah. It's so good. Yeah, so he's like
Launchpad being very mature about this, like in his way. Like he's willing to put aside his ideals to stay with Scrooge, even if it because it means that much to him. He's giving up this central part of himself. Is like the way everything that makes him confident and makes him himself. Is like I have to give that up in order to stay on with Scrooge.
Yeah, like if Scrooge wants a safe driver, then I have to be a safe driver.
Yeah,
as
exactly.
well.
I gotta get dangerous in the safest way possible. And it's really great voice acting on Beck Bennett's part as Launchpad. Really great. Meanwhile, Fenton's kind of talking to himself, like he's thinking like he's by having Launchpad beat Buddy, like by reprogramming a man's brain. He's like, this will definitely get Gyro's attention and his approval. And he kind of like jumps like, this could work, and he jumps up and like lands
in the toilet.
First.
I hadn't realized that you can see him jump up from the stall and just lands in the toilet.
Into the water, and he's like, I'll clean that later.
Oh, we forgot the fucking joke.
What joke?
He's all like, he's like, this is the bathroom. He's like, this is the place where Dr. Gearloose said all of my work belongs.
Yeah, he's the best place for my work. I now realized that mine ought to have been completely complimentary.
Your lab is in the bathroom?
Dr. Gearloose says this is the perfect place for my work. I'm just now realizing that remark may not have been entirely complimentary. No matter!
It's just the reading of that.
Yeah,
just like,
the dialogue is really great. Like, Lin-Manuel Miranda is obviously killing it as Finn. Like, he's very genuine and excited and like...
Just like the... he's such a good voice, and it's very fitting for this character who is very excited and very like... Just wants to help. Yeah, I love him.
And I think I wanted the scene to end and talk about. So I wanted to compare original series Finn with current Finn. Yes. We're not going to get into the Gizmo Duck stuff yet. We'll talk about that once. Gizmo Duck is here.
Yes, when he arrives.
Yes. So Finn's design is much more, I guess, subdued in the original series. Like he just has the shirt and the tie.
Yeah.
In the original series, he had like this crazy, was it a green suit jacket?
Purple?
It was a purple tie.
Purple tie.
Oh no, was it a green tie and then purple
yeah,
jacket?
Purple jacket.
Green
yellow
vest?
Yellow sweater?
And then I think it's a green vest. Yes. A purple jacket, green vest, yellow dress shirt, and then I think also a purple tie.
Yeah.
So it's like
it's insane.
Very 80s.
Yeah, very, very 80s.
Early 90s.
He's a little bit different than the other designs just because, like we said, he's a little bit, like, taller.
Yes, yeah.
And stuff.
Like, they pointedly make him, like, he's not, because Scrooge and Donald have a very similar basic model, like also Blonde Gold in the original series. So his was very distinct.
Yeah.
He had a little bit of, like, the little hair coif kind of thing. It's more exaggerated, not exaggerated, but it's better.
Yeah.
Here. He looks nice. An original series Finn was a bean counter.
Yeah.
Legitimate, like literally counted beans in a bean factory. And in the original series, he had like this a savant like counting ability, where he could look at any amount of things and know how many things there were.
That was like his thing. Yeah.
So he wasn't smart.
No.
He wasn't.
No.
Like,
no, I love him, but no.
He's not smart.
No. A lot of like his introduction episodes, there's 4 episodes.
Yes.
A lot of it is just based on Fenton making
4 or 5?
4? 5?
Liquid assets, frozen assets. Is it the Billionaire Beagle Boys Club, and then the space one?
Yeah.
Yes, 4. Yeah.
So a lot of it is just based on mistakes that Fenton makes.
He's kind of bumbling.
Yeah. And the mistakes are kind of dumb mistakes, you know.
So he's hired as an accountant, which he should not have been, because he can only count. Because Scrooge hires him because he knows how much money's in Scrooge's money bin just by looking at it.
Yeah.
And he knows if there's like a penny missing. That's the reason why he hires him.
Yeah.
That's the reason.
He can't actually like do the math that surrounds being an accountant.
He can't fill out taxes or whatever the fuck. His position as an accountant is like a child's imagining of what an accountant is. Just counting money. It's funny.
Yeah.
And he lives with his mother in the original series. It's a little bit sad.
It is.
It's sad. They live in a trailer park, which is not sad in of itself, but it's like they live in the shittiest trailer possible.
Yeah. His
mother is like depressed. She never leaves the couch.
She's always in curlers watching daytime TV.
Yes. And in the first 4 parts, she's not very nice to Finn at all. Like, he gets hired by Scrooge and he calls her Mama. And so we're very excited for her to be Mama in this. All the time, bursting into tears. But he calls her Mama. Like the stress on the.
Yeah, it's not really the Spanish pronunciation, but it's not the English
it's
either.
Hilarious.
Mama. Yeah,
it's in original series Fenn is voiced by Hamilton Camp, and now it's the guy who made Hamilton who's voicing Fenn now.
Conspiracy?
Yeah, conspiracy.
Illuminati.
Enter the triangle, you can't see.
Yeah, if only this was a visual podcast.
Yes.
Actually, no, you can see me drinking water.
We're staying hydrated. Yes. But so he lives with his mama, and she's kind of a slob. She's not very supportive of Fenn.
No.
Because in the beginning, she gets better, definitely.
Yeah.
But when he first goes to her, and he's like, I got hired by Scrooge McDuck. Like, this is great. He has like a cake with him and like a party hat. And she's like, yeah, I couldn't give less of a shit. Yeah. Can you get out the trash?
And it's very common theme that he wants to do something with his mom, and she's just like not having it at all.
No.
He craves his mom's affection.
Yes. It's kind of a dark take on the superhero home life.
Yeah.
And so I rewatched Fenn's premiere episode. Relearned that the original Ducktales theme is a joy to listen to.
Hell yeah.
Just instantaneously happy. And
it's such a good theme.
And I just have notes from that episode. I don't know if I want to get into them though, because I have a lot.
I mean, this is our podcast.
Should I?
You can get into it.
Alright, so
are these facts or lore?
This is facts.
Okay.
This is facts from Fenn's premiere episode, which everyone should definitely watch.
Hell yeah.
It's great. Just because it's Fenn is great.
Were these one of the first episodes you showed me?
The first.
Yeah.
I'm like, this is my favorite character. Let's watch this 4-part episode. You can't leave. Yeah. So his premiere episode is called Liquid Assets. Mm-hmm. So as a whole, just like what the culmination of that episode is that after getting hired by Scrooge, he dumps all of Scrooge's cash from the money bin in a lake to make Scrooge's assets more liquid.
Yes, because he's reading from like a business manual, basically.
Yes, and he doesn't get what liquid assets means.
No, at all.
Because he's not an actual accountant, and you're not even given this job, Scrooge. And so in that episode, Scrooge why does Scrooge not have an accountant before that?
Exactly.
Scrooge.
What the fuck, Scrooge?
You have an accountant. You own businesses the world over.
He's like, I think this much money's over there.
Yeah.
I think no, he doesn't.
You have accountants.
Yeah. Did he fire them? Because he's hiring, right?
Yeah, he's hiring in that episode. He's hiring an accountant.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck, Scrooge? You should have one. And in that episode, we see that Scrooge has a worry room, which I really hope makes a comeback.
Yes.
It's a room with padded walls. There's like a duck version of the Thinker sitting on a pedestal, and like a circular rut that Scrooge just walks in when he's worried. It's really good.
And as the episodes progress, it just keeps getting deeper.
Yeah. That episode, and then we see it throughout the episodes. It just until it's it's up to his head.
Yeah.
He has to it's really funny. And also, we see Gandra D.
Yes, love of my life.
Who Faby really wants to see. She's this lady duck. Lady, Chicken?
Yeah.
It's just like a lady body.
She's just a lady with a pee.
Yeah, literally. I'm like, jeez, I forgot. I kind of forgot. It's real bad.
It's not good.
And she's wearing this 1980s businesswoman outfit with the padded shoulders. And her voice is different throughout.
Sometimes it sounds like this.
Yeah, and her premiere was very Fenton. I can't do the voice. Jesus,
I'll put it in.
That was a horrible attempt. It's very squeaky kind of.
Yeah, we're trying to be voice actors.
It's very it's supposed to be based on I think the lady from Greece.
Sandy.
Yes.
Sandra D.
Yes. Sandy D. And original series Fenton, he wants status and recognition. Mm-hmm. And so kind of being Scrooge's, because he wants a boss that remembers his name, which he still doesn't get here.
No.
Because
Gyro's
going out of his way to not say his name.
I don't think Gyro remembers his name.
I'm sure he does, but he just I'm sure he does, but he would super pettily not call him by his name.
I just want more people like me who can't remember people's names.
Also, I think one more thing in that episode, in Liquid Assets, Scrooge has a gun. There's a lot of guns in that episode.
Yeah. He tries to shoot.
He shoots a gun. He doesn't shoot at Fen,
Yeah.
but because when Fen applies for a job, he won't leave. Scrooge points out that he has no qualifications.
You don't go to business school.
Yeah, he didn't go to school.
Yeah.
And so he's like, get the fuck out.
Uh-huh.
But Fen's like, give me a shot, and he pulls his blunderbuss off the counter. Okay. And fires in the air.
Yeah.
And then Fen counts the shotgun pellets, though.
Yes.
And Scrooge is like, oh shit. Okay, you're hired then. No.
This Scrooge is such an eccentric old man.
Yes,
I
and that
love
one,
him.
he's nuts.
He's insane.
Alright, that's enough.
We go to the town from Blazing Saddles.
Yeah, I was gonna say the road from the set of the Roadrunner Wile E. Coyote cartoon, because they're in the middle of the desert.
Yeah.
Also Blazing Saddles.
Blazing Saddles.
Should put them in the
I will.
Blazing Saddles is great.
It's such
I love
a
it.
ridiculous movie.
It's so great. They hang a horse.
It's a little from its time.
Oh yeah.
So be wary, if you're sensitive to that. But it's
it's meant to be.
No, I know, that's what I'm saying.
It's set in 1880s.
Yeah, but some people still even then don't like that.
Yeah, just know it's set in the olden West time.
Who wrote it?
Mel Brooks.
Mel Brooks, yeah.
Not Mel Gibson.
No, yeah.
We would not laud it if it was Mel Gibson.
No. It's Mel Brooks. It's really funny. Gene Wilder is in it. It's a really fun movie. So in that movie they make a whole fake town to distract the bad guys. So here it's we get a aerial shot.
So this is the Waddle test track.
Yes.
So it's a bunch of cut out buildings and cardboard people, like a movie set.
Yeah.
It's just like a square street goes around this, and so we see that Fen and Launchpad have they've created a system.
Yeah.
And Fen is putting a bunch of sticky notes on the windshield, covering the entire windshield, except for a little square of light. And see that Launchpad's wearing a helmet inside the car, and how the helmet is his hair sticks up.
Yeah.
Kind of like Tintin. It's cute. And so he's putting all these sticky notes, which is not safe, Fenton.
At all.
Not safe.
Some of these things, I'm just some of them are just I guess what it means, the stoplight.
It's W equals buddy. There's a, Launchpad versus Bot. There's a Bill Cipher.
Yeah.
Under the
This one's my
under
favorite.
the rearview mirror.
The one that's green means go, yellow's yield, red is stop.
And so we suddenly have these postcards will trigger psychosomatic nerve response.
Yeah.
Something, and he's like, got all that? And Fen, Scrooge, he's
too many characters.
I'll go through the whole list. Launchpad looks at the windshield, looks back. Yep. Got it.
Me looking at all my notes, yeah, sure, I got all of this.
And so everyone goes up to give him Beaks pulls up in the Waddle car.
Yeah. We haven't really described the car. It's this little square looking thing.
It's a square. It's a completely flat front.
Yeah. It's just flat in general.
Yeah, it is.
It's one of those tiny little square cars that I don't remember what they're called.
Smurfers?
Yeah.
But bigger.
Yeah, a little bit bigger.
Big. It's
a little van.
It's a minivan version of a smart car.
Yeah. God, it's horrible. Two of the worst things apparently.
And so Launchpad's driving the limo, by the way.
Yeah.
Everyone kind of goes up to give him
cheer him
on. And Scrooge is he's Beat buddy, and maybe I can get a better deal out of Beaks when I buy a bunch of them.
Oh.
And Launchpad's oh.
He's at first he's
okay.
Because he's good, beat him, and he's and then he's and I'm still gonna buy all of these things.
Yeah.
He's oh.
And then Dewey comes over to cheer him on. He's you're the best personal driver I've ever had. I love how he doesn't go you're the only one.
Yeah.
They don't you're just you're the best. You're just he's the only one you've had.
But he's really sweet. He
yes.
I'm trying to.
Yeah, no, Dewey's really sweet. But and then Fen comes over again
they fist bump. That's what I was waiting for.
Yeah. Dewey and Launchpad fist bump. And then Fen comes back over and gives him advice. Remember, play it safe. Don't crash. And then this someone didn't compute with Launchpad beforehand. He's wait, don't crash?
Don't? What are you saying to me? Those words I don't understand.
Was he gonna try to crash safely?
Yeah.
Follow the tips and you have a 51% chance of winning. And whatever you do, play it safe. Don't crash.
Wait, don't crash?
He taps the D.W. bobblehead and it does the Let's Get Dangerous, and he's like, but then he puts it away. Yeah. Which I thought, he puts it away in the glove compartment. He's like, no, I have to concentrate on this.
Mm-hmm. I want that bobblehead so bad.
Oh my God,
the head is so ridiculously big. I love it.
Like the Funko Pops. Yes. It's a Funko Pop bobblehead. The humongous hat.
Hell yeah. It's really fun.
And so the race is about to start. Mm-hmm. Beaks is the guy that starts the race, and he just does the pew 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 pew, guns in the air, and no one gets it because Beaks is a stupid nerd. He's the worst.
Even Buddy's like, what? Yeah, question mark?
And he's like, go, start. And Buddy speeds off, but Launchpad's going like 5 miles an hour, trying to be safe. And he starts it okay, but it almost immediately derails.
No, because he starts to recite like the rules of the road.
Yeah, and then he hits a speed bump. Because he looks down.
He's trying to look for the manual because he forgets.
The index.
Yeah.
He's like, hands at 10 at 2, or is it hands at 1 and 10 or something? And then he looks down, and then he hits the speed bump so hard that the sticky notes also are falling off. And then he's trying to pick them all up and is not driving.
And then as he's driving, he's not even driving, he like crashes into a light pole.
Because he still has his foot on the gas pedal, I guess. And so he crashed into a light pole. It's not a bad crash at all. Like the hood is a little bit dented. Yeah. And surprisingly the airbag goes off in his head. But instead of just continuing to drive,
he gets out of the car.
He immediately ditches the car.
Yeah.
And
it's like the car's fine.
It's fine. He goes to drive it right after this. He's like, I gotta get moving.
Yeah. He grabs a bunch of sticky notes. Yeah. He looks at a motorcycle.
He sticks them on himself.
Yeah.
He gets on a bike.
Yeah.
It's a bike. He gets on a bike. And then that bike hits a fire hydrant.
So he gets on a motorcycle.
No,
then he hits
more bikes.
And then
it's all bikes.
Huh?
It's all bikes.
It's a bike?
It's all bikes.
That is a motorcycle.
There's no motorcycles. It's all bikes.
Wow. Oh.
He gets his own bikes, and does it still qualify if he wins on a bike?
That's what I was. First of all, he also falls like down. Yeah. And then he gets roller skates.
He hits a fire hydrant, and then Buddy like almost hits him, and he falls off. And then he gets roller skates off like a cardboard cutout of a kid. Mm-hmm. And then he's riding in the front of Buddy's car. Yeah. He's like on the hood, against the hood, I guess. And he's in the lead, technically.
Technically, yeah, he's in the lead because he's in front of Buddy.
Yeah, but he loses one of the
roller
skates. And then he's still in the lead though. But then the one roller skate he still has loses its wheels, and it loses all the wheels, and he just falls on his face, and Buddy wins.
Yeah, he was so close, probably a foot from the finish line.
Yeah, he falls, and then he kind of reaches out with his hand, But no, he loses. But
the thing, me, I was like, was the point just to win the race?
Yeah, because he doesn't need to be in the car. And no one goes over to Launchpad, and I kind of wouldn't either. I'd be like, oh, Buddy.
Walks away.
Because Beaks is like, ha, in your face, I win. And Screech is like, whatever. So he kind of goes over, and he's like, all right. He's like, yeah, this Buddy's not too bad. Mm-hmm. And Fen and Dewey also go over to him.
Yeah, I like how Screech just appreciates innovation and all this technology.
Yeah, like Beaks isn't even really his rival.
Yeah,
he's fucking whatever. Yeah.
If I can get your tech to benefit me, whatever.
Yeah. Oh yeah. But we see that Beaks has been lying in wait. Not Beaks, Gyro has been lying in wait this whole time.
Yeah.
He drove there on his own, I guess. He's hiding behind a cardboard cutout that Beaks bothered to make of him, with dumb swirly eyes and his tongue hanging out. It's a very good likeness.
It is. It's really funny.
Oh,
just the visual of seeing them both next to each other made me laugh.
Yes. So Zhao watching from the shadows. Mm-hmm. And he realizes that Beaks was using his tech.
Yeah.
He's like, I couldn't be sure until I saw it, in action, the deadly grace, the precision, and it's the most anticlimactic, aha moment.
It's a light bulb.
Yeah, because he yanks the screen off of Buddy's head, and it's bulb tech.
Yeah.
It's not little bulb, I don't think.
No, it's not little bulb.
Yeah, it's bulb tech, though. But, no one gasps or anything, it's just aha!
Even Mark is
he's like,
what? My favorite show!
And he goes dead-eyed cardboard cutout of a police officer, and he's like, "Officer, arrest this man!" And it's this power pose.
Yeah, and then like the little cardboard cutout just like flops.
Because he's saying that Beak stole this technology.
Yeah, and he did.
And he did, but not. He didn't know.
Yeah.
You know he stole it, but he didn't know he stole it from Gyro.
Yeah, he's like, I didn't steal it from you. I stole it from an online forum.
Yeah. It's a public online forum.
Mm-hmm. He's such a douchebag.
He is. And Gyro's like, likely story. Mm-hmm. He's like, how would my technology end up online? Because
he sees Fenton. Fenton is like looking at the bolt spec and
Buddy.
like,
he's like, oh shit! Like he's really impressed by what Biggs was able to do to like change
modify it.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, you were able to do this, and like the people online weren't able to do it.
Figure it out.
And then
Gyro
kills the man.
He's ready to kill Fenton. He loses it. He's like, you posted my like top secret plans on the internet. I can't do it. Like he just screams.
Yeah.
How would one of my inventions end up online? Oh wow!
You circumvented the kill switch. Why didn't anyone else on the message board figure that out?
You posted my top secret plans on the internet?
You were having so much trouble keeping your inventions from turning evil, so I turned to the net to crowdsource a solution.
Jim
the
Rash,
animation is so good as well.
Yes, Jim Rash is in top form in this episode.
Hell yeah.
Hilarious.
It's so funny. This is kind of where like the animation a little bit like shifts.
Yeah.
A little bit more cartoony for Gyro.
Yeah.
But it's so funny, and like Fenton's like, well, he's like, you couldn't figure it out, and I wanted to help you.
He's being nice.
Yeah.
He's like, you're having so much trouble trying to keep your invention going evil that I posted it online to crowdsource a solution.
Yeah. And then Gyro
lunges for him.
He has to be held back by Dewey.
Yes, Dewey and Scrooge. Scrooge has like his cane hooked around his foot. Yeah. And Dewey's like bodily holding him back. and just hiding behind Buddy, who does not react in any way. And then he's like, Fenn's like stammering. But then he's very fired. Yeah, Gyro screams it. He didn't say "Yo," he just says "fired." It's very long, and then Scrooge and Dewey stuff him in the waddle car. Like, okay, get in there. Yeah. But poor Fenton, he's like, no. And he's like, oh, beans. Yeah. Like, he looks just like so defeated. He just like hunches over, like, well, I screwed that up.
Yeah, and he like walks away in the background. Yeah. Oh,
and then
more sadness.
Yeah, Launchpad goes back to the car that is perfectly fine.
Yeah, it's just the fucking
it's like the least. It's like the least damaging crash.
Yeah, for
Launchpad ever done ever. Like, and he's like back to town, Scrooge. Like he's like offering, should I drive you back? Yeah. And Scrooge is like, nah, I'll go back with Buddy.
Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, we need to do the contracts and all that stuff.
Yeah, yeah, and so
Dewey just kind of like sadly gets in the car.
Yeah, because Scrooge is like, yeah, come on, Dewey, let's go. Yeah, and Dewey's like, sorry, bud. And so the walker drives off. And see, Gyro's calmed down a bit. Yeah. He's sulking. So he's like, okay, so how'd you keep Buddy from turning evil? Mm-hmm. And Dewey's like, huh, what? And he's like,
the morality circuits.
Yeah, like, what the fuck, Gyro?
Exactly. Gyro, maybe don't give your robots morality circuits at all. That's where you're going wrong, by giving them the option to go evil.
Yeah, and, Beaks is like, no, he's like, I just made them look less dumb. Yeah. Like, he's like, they're just dumb robots, right? Mm-hmm. And then we have Gyro, and I don't know if it's Beaks, if it's Buddy getting insulted by Beaks, or he was just waiting until he has as many people in the car as possible.
I think so.
To just be like, fuck you. Like, they went through all, like, I don't know how much testing they did in building Buddy, but, like, he waited to this moment.
Until he could, like, find a cliff to drive him off of.
Yeah, I guess. Because Gyro's immediately like, no.
And then, like, it turns red, and it's, like, evil, and, like...
And it starts speeding up, and everyone's, like, screaming.
I fucking love it.
Did we see the Ludicrous mode here? Ludicrous?
Yeah.
We did? Great. It's a reference to Spaceballs.
Nice.
Ludicrous.
And then
it's a Launchpad and Fenton pity party.
Yeah. It's
really
refreshing.
Yeah, it's like a really quiet scene. Like I wasn't expecting this at all. Cause we see Launchpad just laying on the hood of the limo, just like looking depressed. Like he's just slumped over on it. And Fen comes over like, room for one more.
And he like moves his arm.
Yeah, he moves his arm. And Fen like climbs up.
Yeah, and just like they look so sad, but they also just sound so defeated.
Yeah,
like Lynn's delivery is so good.
Yeah, like we just get like Fen like telling like they're commiserating over like their failure.
Yeah, like Fenton's kind of saying like, I have all of these ideas and but there's like no one's hearing me. No one's hearing me talk. Like
he's like I just blurt them out at random. He's like I just want to help people, like make them better.
I have so many ideas, but I try too hard hoping at least one of them will stand out. Just vomiting them out at random like blah. Solve world hunger. Blah. Infrared toothbrush. I just want to help people, you know? Make them better.
Why? Even if you try to be better, there's always someone better than you. Maybe with built-in Wi-Fi. You'll just be ignored. Best to stop trying.
In the back, we see the waddle car like going in circles and Craig speeding through the desert, and we hear them screaming in the background.
I love a good background gag.
Yeah.
But it's such a moment, like, really Fenton's like, you know, like, I wanted, like, he's like, solve world hunger.
Like, infrared toothbrush.
Yeah.
Like, how would an infrared toothbrush work? Would it, like, point out, like, where there's plaque and stuff?
That's disgusting. Maybe?
And so, you know, on the toothbrush there?
Yeah. I don't know. But he's like, I just want to help people, you know, like, make them better. And that delivery of that line, I'm just like,
it's really, really good. Just like, the dialogue is perfectly delivered. And so, but then Launchpad is way more depressing.
Oh yeah.
He's like, why try?
He's like, why try? There's always someone better. Sometimes there'll be a robot, but there's always someone better. Yeah. So just stop trying. Oh, he's like, and you'll always just be ignored.
Yeah.
Which brings up a whole other thing of like Launchpad just being ignored. It's like, fuck me up. Like,
yeah, because it's been a thing throughout since the very first episode.
Yeah.
Launchpad being ignored by Scrooge, but by most people.
Yeah. Like
Scrooge
cutting him off mid-sentence.
Yes, yeah, Launchpad. His very first appearance, she's trying to talk to Scrooge, you know, like, he really looks up to Scrooge. Yeah, I'm a pilot. He really looks up and admires Scrooge, but Scrooge ignores him a lot. Like, and then in part 2, when Launchpad gets bitten by 50 snakes.
He dies.
He's near death. And Scrooge does not even acknowledge him.
Oh, yeah. And it's like, we talked about this before, this, like, just kind of ignoring him being in the background, and now, like they really came for me with this episode.
Yeah, like the fact that Launchpad is aware of the fact that he's ignored.
Yeah.
Like that people underestimate him and ignore him.
Yeah.
And so he's like, okay, like, then why bother trying anymore?
Mm-hmm. And like, I was just like, at this point, I was like, Fenton and Launchpad are both so sad.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, because they're both experiencing, like, this rejection from the people they admire.
Yeah, a really, really low point for both of them.
And I'm just like, there's such good depth. Like, this episode especially, like...
Oh, yeah.
I mean, the last episode was sad, too. Because the whole Dewey with Della and, like, not wanting his mom to be a bad guy.
Yes.
That's really sad, too. But I relate to this.
Yes, this was in a much more, like, adult way.
Yeah.
Like definitely with Dewey, it was very much, like, a child's fear.
Yeah.
Like, and that was very well portrayed, like, how what a child would be feeling.
Yeah.
But this is a much more, like... adult fear.
Well, the adult fear of not being good at your job. Yeah. I feel that so hard. Like, for me, I'm just like, I wanted this depth to these characters, and they delivered. But they made Launchpad really sad.
Something like I wasn't expecting a Launchpad and Finn episode.
Yeah.
Like this is very much Launchpad's episode.
Mm-hmm.
And as well as Friends premiere, and it's super well balanced. Though it is definitely Launchpad's episode.
Yeah. And when you said that, I was like, yeah, you're right. Like it's a Launchpad centric episode. Yeah. It just so happens to have the introduction of Fenton.
Yeah. And so I wasn't expecting like a friendship between them, but. Mm-hmm. considering, like, maybe I don't know if I should have guessed it, because,
I guess we're just so used to, like, the characters not interacting really with one another.
Yeah, because in original DuckTales, Fen and Launchpad have, like, one episode where they actually sort of interact.
Yeah.
And it's the episode, A Case of Mistaken Secret Identity.
I love that episode.
It's a very good episode, in which Launchpad is mistaken for Gizmo Duck, and then kind of gets the suit, and then chaos ensues, because Launchpad should not have the suit. Though, I don't know if we ever get some, like, any solid interaction between them, though Launchpad does call Fen his friend.
Yeah.
I don't know if we get any solid interaction. I'm like, alright. But in the Darkwing Duck episode, one of the best Darkwing Duck episodes.
Yes.
Like, I said about all the ones I mentioned, but these are like my top 10.
Especially good.
Yes, it's called Tip of the Titans, in which Darkwing and Gizmo Duck meet the very first time. It's a really good episode.
It's so fun.
One of my favorites.
Darkwing's such a bitch.
It's their rivalry at its best.
Yeah.
Well, their one-sided rivalry.
It's one-sided, because Gizmo Duck
he just wants to be friends. He considers him a friend.
Yeah.
But we see that, in that episode, Launchpad and Fen are, like, best of friends. Yeah. They have a secret handshake. Like...
The alternate universe where Launchpad and Fenton are friends.
Yes, they interacted. So this kind of reminded me, not remind me, but I'm like, okay, I see where they would have gone, an idea for this. Like, and they definitely balance.
Yeah.
Like, their interactions are very good. And then, they're having their pity party, and so Launchpad pulls out his driver's license, like, fuck. Like, I did this to impress Scrooge.
Yeah.
And he doesn't acknowledge me at all or care. So we're back in the waddle car. And the doors are locked. And at this point, Scrooge just speaks in an alliteration, like all of his lines in the scene are just alliteration.
Yeah.
Like churlish, child locks.
Yeah.
Pneumatic monstrosity.
Yeah, that's the one I got. I really love, like, Buddy's kind of just like, buckle up for safety, and just like this like monotone delivery.
It's Corey Burton as Buddy saying the monorail lines.
Yeah.
Like, it's the monorail lines.
That's so funny.
And Scrooge has this this weak ass hit with the cane. Like, he just like taps against the light bulb head.
I was just like, shatter the bulb.
Yeah, I'm like, dude, you have to just use it. Just whack him with it.
Yeah. Oh god. Like, but it's so
funny. This weak ass like hit.
And he's like, buckle up, and he like ties him with a bunch of seatbelts.
Yeah. So first Scrooge gets like tied down with seatbelts and just pop out of the car, and then Beaks is like, we have to like fight circuits with the logic puzzle.
He's like, what is love?
Yeah.
And Gyro's like, that's stupid.
That's stupid. And he's like, could I invent an element that's too heavy for me to lift or something?
We need a logic puzzle to fry its circuits. Robot, what is love?
That's stupid. Robot, could I invent an element so heavy even I couldn't lift it?
I definitely could.
No, you couldn't.
They start bitching amongst themselves.
Yeah, but then
they get tied.
Yeah, Buddy interrupts that by strapping them down again too. He tries to him to do it, but Dewey's so small.
Yeah, he like goes underneath it.
Yeah. And he grabs Scrooge's cane and it's like hitting the horn.
I forgot the word.
Horn.
He starts tugging the horn.
And as they're driving back and forth by
Fenton and Launchpad.
Fenton and Launchpad's pity party. Yeah. And it's interrupted. And because when Launchpad's like, okay, I get it. Like, you got a cool robot car. Yeah. Okay. And he's mad. He like turns around so that he doesn't see them. But Fen looks over and he notices. Yeah, in slow-mo you see them all screaming and half of them like strapped down. Yeah. And the light bulb was red.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, oh, Buddy's gone glitchy, like, something's wrong.
Yeah, and Launchpad's immediately like, we're gonna help them. Yeah. Like, he's bitter, but he's like immediately like, nope, that's I'm not holding this against them in any way, shape, or form.
He's literally like, I might get fired, but I'm still gonna help him.
Yeah, he's like, he's immediately set to save them, but it's not about, like, him being a hero, like it might have been in the original series. He's doing what he's meant to do. Yeah. Like, this is his job. Like, it's my job to get Scrooge where he's going.
So I'm gonna do it.
So I'm gonna do it. So it's Launchpad being a hero, but that's not what he's trying to do.
Yeah, he's not just, like, being a hero to be a hero. He's like, well, this is my job, and I do care about this person, so I'm gonna do it.
Yeah, and so he like re-embraces his confidence and his ideology. He takes out the Darkwing bobblehead.
And he puts it back.
Yeah.
And they both say at the same time, let's get dangerous.
Isn't that really, really unsafe?
Tried playing it safe, old friend. Didn't work. Let's get dangerous.
Yeah.
I cried a little.
Yeah, it's really great. And so he tells Fen, like, okay, I'm gonna find a way to slow them down. You find a way to get him out of the car.
Yeah. And
Fen's like, okay. He's like, find a way to, like, maybe corner them or like handle the Launchpad. Very self-aware. I'll probably just crash into it.
I'm like, what my thought was Launchpad. There's people inside the fucking car.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's like, oh, I'm just gonna crash it. So he goes after the waddle car, and Fenton's like on his phone, right?
Yeah. But so he's chasing after the waddle car. And it's a pretty intense. Like this is definitely the most intense the action's ever gone in DuckTales. It's very, very well done.
It's super fun. They go over like a bridge.
Yeah, it's like a stone bridge.
Yeah.
And they're going more into the desert. And so the car starts ramming him off the bridge.
Yeah. They do they go into like canyons and stuff, and this is where there's another parallel to Fast and the Furious.
God. Oh, and also Fen is watching this.
Yeah, Fenton's watching with binoculars.
So I think. Yeah. So you
my parallel.
Fast and the Furious parallels.
Yeah, we'll do this first, and then the parallels later.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he pulls up alongside the waddle car while they're in like a there's like not a valley, but they're
in between canyons. Yeah.
Yes. And he pulls up alongside, and since Dewey's the only one free, he lowers the window, and Launchpad pulls up right next to him to help him out first, because he's a child, and the only one who's free.
So then it cuts back to Fenton.
Yes. Fenton is watching with binoculars.
Yes. And he's on the phone calling...
Yeah, he's pick up. He's calling the lab. And we see... Manny answers like he's intended to. And
he
speaks in Morse code.
Yeah,
he speaks in Morse code. He's like, you get loose labs. And Fenton's like, oh, thank God. He's like, okay, Manny, I need you to he's like, I know we've had our differences, we put them aside,
for the greater good of scientific endeavor. And Manny's
just cups out, who is this? Who is this? And this is we get his name.
Yeah.
Like, he's like, it's me,
Fenton Crackshell-Cabrera. And I'm just like,
oh. And he's like, you just put the phone up to the floor.
Manny, salvation! I know we've had our differences in the past, but now we must put them aside for the greater good of scientific endeavor. What say you? It's me, Fenton Crackshell-Cabrera! Just put the phone up to the floor!
Because he's like, I get it, Manny, you don't like me. Let's just do this fucking thing for me, please.
But I just love, his name, and his name is said for the first time in such a dramatic way.
Yes,
I love it.
And so Manny takes the phone over to the platform thing where the suit almost came out of, and he says the iconic words.
Yes. Blathering Blatherskite.
Yeah, he yells them. It's great.
I love it.
And then my favorite gag from the original series was the Gizmo suit bursting out of wherever it was in.
Yeah, hell yeah.
It twice destroyed Launchpad's plane. Because one, it was inside Launchpad's plane. I think in the episode Tra-La-La. Tra-La-La. It's in the plane, in a crate, and it bursts out, and the plane, it creates a huge hole in the plane, and the plane crashes. So a crash that was not Launchpad's fault, for once in the original series. And then another episode, it was Allowance Day. That on its way to Fenton, it just plows straight through Launchpad's plane again. And the suit has to out for Launchpad.
Yeah. I love that gag too.
Yeah, so it bursts out of the bunker.
And out of the money bin.
Yeah, out of the money bin too. And there's a hole.
Yeah.
Wait, it was underwater though.
Wait, did it? No, but you can see it.
Yeah, it comes out of the main building.
Yeah.
So it went up the elevator.
And I
avoided flooding the.
Yeah. So we keep getting cuts between that happening
and the suit's flying over to Fenton, and then launch because so Dewey's hanging out of the window.
Yes, he's trying to grab his hand, which is where the parallel to Fast and the Furious comes out. So in Fast and the Furious 1, O'Connor, that's his name, Brian O'Connor, he's an undercover cop. That's the whole thing, right?
Okay.
So there's this guy who doesn't like him from Vin Diesel's gang, and he's hanging off a trailer because their whole thing is that they're trying to steal the stuff in trucks.
Yeah.
And the guy has a gun though, so he's trapped. he's like hanging off from this car, and this guy's trying to shoot at him, and he's hanging by a wire. So the whole like scene is like Brian on top of the car being like trying to get his hand, and he's like, do you trust me, like you need to jump and this and that, and it's like I was just like, yeah, that reminds me of that, like whole like hold hands, we need to like cross this fucking dangerous ass between cars thing. But yeah, as we see yeah, I don't know where I was going with this. I just really want to talk about Pheasant Fury. But yeah, so finally the suit gets to Fenton. That's the whole thing.
It slams into him. Oh, I almost got it. It slams into him. And at the same time, like, so Dewey's trying to get, Launchpad's trying to get Dewey through the window.
Yeah.
And we got an amazing transformation sequence. Like, magical girl, Power Rangers-esque.
Spinning lights, spinning pieces, like lightning.
Yeah, it looks super cool.
It's really good.
It's amazing.
I love it.
Like, oh, it's great. And so Gizmo Duck is born.
Mm-hmm.
So the Gizmo suit is formed, but then at the same time, so Launchpad and the Waddle car are neck and neck.
Yes.
And every so often, Launchpad has to like move away to avoid rocks.
Yeah.
But by this point, he's holding onto Dewey's hand, and Dewey's hanging out of the window by his feet.
Little feet.
Yeah. But then they hit a huge boulder, and Launchpad can't avoid it. And so Launchpad's limo goes up, and he loses hold of Dewey, and Dewey falls.
Yeah, he falls up because...
He falls up, and then he's falling back to, like, his death.
Yeah, the street cap you have is fucking hilarious.
But so he falls...
He's midair.
Yeah, he's in midair.
Cars, Launchpad's still going.
Yeah.
Who's gonna save Dewey?
And now, we want to quickly interrupt with questions.
Yay! We finally got questions.
We had questions last episode.
We know we did. No, but we ran out of time. Legitimately.
If it wasn't super obvious, we're like rushing to answer the question, and I felt very bad.
Yeah, same.
So we're going to answer the questions like real people.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of questions, which I'm
do.
really excited about. So we're gonna answer a couple now, and then a couple at the end.
Yes.
All right. Nosferatu on Tumblr asked us a couple questions. First, Darkwing's belt, yay or nay? What do you think?
Yay?
Yeah?
Yeah.
I don't think I have a problem with it.
No, I don't
It accentuates, like, the more, like, the superhero body, like, the look.
Mm-hmm. And then just kind of, like, more Batman-y.
Yeah.
I approve.
Yeah.
He also just, like, in the original, he had a lot of, like, the cartoon logic, taking things out.
At least, like, there's, like, a belt, like, it's coming out of the belt.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Especially if he's, like, a live-action actor.
Yeah. So, do we think Darkwing looks more badass than when he has the Batman TMNT blank eyes?
Like, in the little bobblehead? Or
that, and then, like, in the sequences, like, he'll have, like, the all-white eye when he's, like, like, he's pushed on the gargoyle or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Yeah,
hell yeah.
I appreciate that look very much.
Yes.
Like, the Batman, it's always the white eyes, the cowl. But, in Ninja Turtles, it's when they're getting, like, badass, that the eyes go all white, and I always like that, because I love drama.
I really like it then, yeah.
And then, our thoughts on Shredded Liquidator.
What were people calling him? Liquidator?
No, why would you bring that up?
Because it's funny.
I was hoping to avoid it.
It's fine. I don't know, it's fine to me. I don't have any, like, deep feelings about it.
I don't know, I like the design, like, make it less of just, like, a generic dog cartoon.
Yeah, I mean, because even, like...
And it makes sense that he would make himself look more bulky, because he can control his shape and form.
Oh, yeah.
He's made of water. He probably was, like, the skinnier dog originally, and then he's like, I can change my shape and form? Shit!
Hell yeah.
He's like a water Sandman.
Mm-hmm. Like, why wouldn't you make yourself look buffer?
That's the whole thing. He's like Sandman. But his origin is like the Joker, though.
Yeah. Oops.
But it's way more Darkwing's fault.
Oh, God.
Watch the episode.
Yeah.
Watch Hard Water. Fuck. Die Hard. Hard Water is a thing in the episode. Which I don't get. Oh, and Nosferatu actually said, looking forward to hearing our thoughts. Also, are Darkwing's new whiskers... Darkwing's new whiskers are everything I never knew I wanted. So long and fluffy. Fenn's anime transformation was perfect.
Yeah,
it was.
It was.
I saw it and I'm just like, holy shit! Very, very cool.
Yeah, and I really love, like, Darkwing's new design.
Yeah,
because
it's very good.
Like, we mentioned before, like, his original design was pretty different to like other ducks in the original, so kind of like mixing that like the new art style with like his uniqueness. I really liked it.
I like it a lot.
Okay, so Anonymous said,
Anonymous or
I'm not gonna say it.
Benzino Gasoloni. If you don't give us a name, I'm just gonna call you a character that has not appeared in the show.
It's always been Benzino though. Every time
it was Kendra.
Oh yeah, huh? Wait.
Kendra asked the last question. The last anonymous question.
Okay. Question 4. Beware of the buddy system. What do you think Mark Beeks could be planning with Gizmo Duck?
Not great things. Yeah. Spoilers for the end.
Spoilers for the end. It's very villainy. It's very like
it's definitely the most villain-esque we've seen Beeks, considering he's very pew 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 hoverboard. Hashtag.
I think like the fact that he's so like jokey and so millennially is what makes me forget that he's like a really horrible person. Yeah. And a very good villain.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, part 2. More opinion on Fenton and Gyro's interactions. How do you think it'll progress in later episodes?
Yeah. So we'll get obviously a bit more at the end, but I think Gyro at this point, because Gyro is not a bad guy.
No.
I think he's, and when we're looking at him, I think he's definitely a misunderstood character, and I think he can definitely, he's in one way on the brink of becoming a Batman villain.
Yeah.
Because Batman villains are almost always very misunderstood.
Yeah.
Something horrible befalls them, and because Batman's villains, he's very compassionate towards them. Yeah. Because most of them, the Joker excluded, were good people who had something terrible happen to them.
Yeah.
Like I can't remember the character's name, but in Batman the animated series, this old actress who has a condition that makes her keeps her looking like a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
And it's her desperate to retain her fame, but also wanting to become an adult.
Yeah, and be taken seriously as an adult.
Yeah, it's a very good episode. Anyway, I think their relationship would definitely evolve.
Yeah, for sure.
Gyro is a huge dick to him in the beginning.
It made me a little upset, but I get it. Like, I Gyro's personality in this one especially, like, it makes sense that he would.
I can't see him just being straight up nice to him from the get-go.
Yeah.
Like, no, he wouldn't be.
It makes sense. And I'm just like, I hope it gets better. And it probably will, because Gyro isn't a villain.
Yeah, no, I think at the end, Gyro's still a dick, but he's much less. Like, he doesn't... Spoilers.
Yeah.
Fen is not fired. Mm-hmm. He said it he fired him in the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
It's definitely thinking about why Gyro wanted to create the Gizmo suit in the first place.
Yeah, that was one of my notes was kind of when Fenton says this is gonna be created for mankind. And my first thought was, is it though? Is it though? Because
should we get into it now?
Yeah, we can just get into it.
Because in the Great Time Chase, because we see that Gyro is sick of his invention turning evil and people doubting him and all this stuff, that he's creating the suit for himself. Gyro, because it's like Gyro controls robot, Gyro is robot.
It's very maybe he told Fenton that it's for that someone, maybe he's even telling Fenton that Scrooge is behind it. Scrooge wants this. But no, it's very much his pet project.
Yeah.
And unlike in the original, Scrooge didn't commission this, and Scrooge doesn't know.
I talk about that at the end, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, with how Fenton becomes Gizmo. I'll get into that. And even the G on the chest, because in the original series it's an R, and this is a G, I assume it's for Gyro.
Yeah, I just realized that.
Yeah, because he doesn't name it the Gizmo suit.
No.
He doesn't name it Gizmo Duck. It's just, it's Project Blatherskite. Because that's Gyro saying.
Yeah, that's Gyro saying now.
Yeah.
And when I was thinking about that, it's kind of Gyro's intentions are a bit less unclear, especially when it comes to what did he want to do? Yeah. What's the point of this?
Yeah.
So,
but back to the interactions. I think they'll definitely get better.
Yeah.
Maybe Fen will learn to stick up for himself a bit more.
Mm-hmm. Assertive.
Yeah, be a bit more assertive, and then Gyro will learn to be not so much of a dick and so petty.
Yeah. He says at the end, I know that, I need to be safer, and I need to, my inventions need to be better. Yeah. So if there's someone who can ensure that ends up happening.
Idiot-proof them.
Yeah, idiot-proof them.
You're the idiot to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get into that. And then, so, back to the episode. We left off at Dewey falling to his death.
Yeah, we return to watch Dewey die.
Yeah, so Gizmo Duck is born. The suit, and he catches Dewey.
Yeah.
And it's a really cool scene, like, it's from Dewey's perspective, he's like, whoa, I'm not dead.
Yeah.
Whoa. At least you see the stylized G on the chest, and you see Gizmo Duck looking pretty different from the original series, Gizmo Duck. I mean...
yeah. This one's so 80s.
Yes, the original series one is so 80s. There's buttons all over it. There's... Like the helmet looks like a backwards baseball hat.
We're just staring at Anna's shirt. There's a TV on it.
There's a TV screen in the stomach.
Yeah.
Like,
so this one's a little bit more like sleek.
It's definitely bulkier.
Hell yeah, it is.
It's definitely bulkier.
It's buffer.
It's much more high tech. It's much more Iron Man like.
Yes.
In that it has an AI.
Mm-hmm. And we finally, in the transformation, we got to see where the wheel thing comes in, which made me very happy.
Yes, like it's like it kind of folds down, so like you're in like the whole like torso, like you're just standing there. Yeah. How would it work for a taller person?
It doesn't. Well, my question was last night at 2 a.m. was,
do you sit if you're too tall?
Probably. My question was, the arms are way too long.
No, like, yeah, so I think we've seen, like you control, like...
a part inside, right?
Like, yeah, like, you control, like there's, like, a thing, think, like,
a kaiju.
Like, yeah, like a, not a kaiju,
Mecha.
Jaeger.
Okay,
like,
there you go.
Like a centralized...
I don't know enough about
like
Rim for me to be throwing out references.
Like a concentrated... Kaiju are the monsters.
I know, that's how I was like, yeah, that's the totally wrong one.
A concentrated Jaeger.
Okay.
Where, like your hands are, like, in, like, the elbows or whatever, but, like, you move and then the hands move.
Yeah. It's really cool.
Yeah. And there's no buttons inside. It has an AI, which I said, like, it's surprising.
Yeah.
But it makes sense, considering in the original series, Ben had to be constantly pushing buttons for anything to
doesn't.
happen. And in this one, it's much more, it's Iron Man-like, so you're like, okay, suit, do this. Mm-hmm. And it's like, alrighty.
Yeah. He's, like, literally, like, saying, like, because, you know, the AI can read the situation. He's like, okay, it's something that will help in this situation.
Yeah, because Fenton doesn't know, like, what the suit, I think, is fully equipped with, and he's panicking.
Yeah.
So he's like, suit, just do something. But he's so he catches Dewey, and then with the extendo, Inspector Gadget arms, drops him into the limo.
And he, like, does, like, a little relief,
he's like, wow, oh my god, like, I'm doing this. And then he goes over to, the waddle car.
Yes.
And he rips the side of it off in one hand, just, like, fucking tin foil.
Like tin foil.
And, so we see that Scrooge and maybe Beaks think that he's a robot.
Yeah, because Scrooge immediately is like, what is this, another robot?
He's like, great, awesome. Gyro did not have a reaction.
No.
Neither does Beaks, but, we can assume, we'll see that both Beaks and Scrooge think that Gizmo Duck
is a robot.
Yeah. So he activates the shoulder blades.
That joke, I was just like, wow.
So these buzzsaws come out and, like, saw the seatbelts off of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then, like a third hand pops out of the chest. And Gizmo Duck grabs them all.
Yes. And he, like, just kind of puts them on the floor.
Yeah, he drives off, and then Buddy's very upset.
Yeah.
He's falling right behind them. Yeah. And so Gizmo Duck, he's like, suit, do something. Mm-hmm. His voice cracks.
Yeah. And he,
an oil slick.
Yeah, an oil slick.
And then we see Launchpad drives up on the cliff beside them to avoid it. Mm-hmm. And so while Buddy is, slowed down, Gizmo Duck stops and drops them off for Finn. And Scrooge is like, who the hell are you? And he's like, call me. And then whack, he gets hit by the waddle car. And he's like, Gizmo Duck! And
who the blazes are you?
Call me Gizmo Duck!
Gizmo Duck? Gizmo Duck.
Gyro's like, Gizmo Duck! And Beaks is all of us, and he's like, Gizmo Duck.
He has, like, star anime eyes.
Yes, yeah. He took pictures of Gizmo Duck.
Yeah.
On his phone. And so the,
he's still, like, in the front
the car is right behind him. He can't stop it.
Mm-hmm. So he's trying to, like, he's talking to the AI and being like...
Suit, do something, but he doesn't tell it what to do. Mm-hmm. And so the suit's just kind of throwing things at him. Like, it does a...
Gluteal
grapple. It's a grappling hook. And it misses.
Yeah.
Oh, and the voice of the suit is Gyro.
Yeah,
it's Jim Rash. It's Jim Rash.
Just a little bit pitched down.
Yeah. It's robot-y and pitched down. And then it deploys the pectoral parachute, which is the worst place to put a parachute. If you're falling, you want it to come out of the shoulders, like Gyro.
The shoulder blades had to go there. The joke has to make sense.
Put it in, like, the back or something.
Also, like the alliteration.
Yes, I know. It's still, Jared, the worst place to put a parachute. And, so Fen can't stop the car. And so Fen's voice is cracking this whole time. Then the parachute deploys, and it immediately just, like, covers him completely. And they're pushing a cliff now. And so Fen, he pulls the parachute down with, like, the third arm that pops out. Because he's holding onto the car with his two main arms. And he's like, oh my god, like... and he's like, break! But he can't. Because the car's going so fast. And so Launchpad, seeing this, dives off the cliff he's on, flips, and, like, lands, like
diagonally. So the cliff is...
perpendicular.
Yeah, perpendicular to Gyro.
To the waddle car.
Yeah, to the waddle car. And at this point... the car does stop. The waddle car does, like, break, and it shoots off Gizmo Duck. And he's, like, tied in with the parachute and the grappling hook.
Yes, it wraps around him and stuff. And he just, like, goes shooting straight into the limo's backseat.
Yeah. And his helmet falls off.
It falls off super easy. It just slips right off. And I'm like, that helmet makes me way more secure.
Yeah.
Oh, so the
It needs a chin strap.
And we see that Fenton will never get hat hair apparently because his hair is so perfect.
Beautiful.
And so now Launchpad and Louie is not here.
Louie is not even
Surprise!
there.
He's in the car the whole time. Launchpad and Dewey know his secret identity.
Yes.
Launchpad also thinks Fenton is a robot.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, so you're a robot this whole time? Cool.
He's like, Fenton, it's like, I'm not. And then...
before he can say I'm not a robot, the B.U.D.Y starts coming at them again. And so they're trying to, get away as quick as possible. Launchpad rams into a pillar, and it creates a domino effect of these stones just falling over.
So they're going back, like, over the stone bridge.
Yeah, they're going back to the test track.
Yeah, and over the stone bridge, and then all of these pillars and, like, stones are
giant
falling.
Stones are falling. Yeah. And just knocking each other over. And this is one of the most dramatic scenes.
Hell yeah.
And Launchpad just, like, great. It shows how good of a driver he is. Like,
he's driving backwards.
Yeah, he's driving backwards for a good deal of this, and then he flips around. So they're driving. So they're over the stone bridge now, and the biggest big huge rock that was falling falls right behind them, crushing the bridge behind them.
So much so that, like, the waddle car is, like, shot up upwards.
Because lighter, and behind them it's shot up in the air and lands in front of them. And the waddle car, and B.U.D.Y stops. He's like, please return to the passenger seat or whatever. And so he's blocking. So the waddle car is blocking their way.
Yeah.
And the bridge is collapsing behind them.
And at this point, Launchpad is like, the only way to survive this is to crash.
Yeah. And Dewey's like, oh, isn't that really dangerous?
Looks like the only way to survive is to crash.
Too dangerous! Too dangerous!
So he immediately, like, picks up the speed and rams into the
water car. And he knocks it off the bridge into the water below, and B.U.D.Y is dead.
Rip.
Buddy's dead.
B.U.D.Y.
You're the worst.
Yeah. So they're, like, at the edge of the cliff.
Yeah. And they're like, whoa, we survived! And Launchpad's like, take that, you bucket of balls. And
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Is that offensive?
Is that offensive? And it's like, I'm not. But then, like, the rock they're on collapses, and then they fall off the cliff.
Yep. They die. This is how it ends.
But Fenton gets the helmet back on, and there's, like, the helmet copter on top of the helmet. And so he's carrying the whole car.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh my god, we survived! And he does the
little woo.
Yeah, the woo. Which I bet Lemon and Ryan were just, like, just doing intermittently. So like, okay, we'll put one in the episode.
Activating helmet copter.
I'm alive! This is awesome!
Yeah. So he's, like, lifting the entire car and
And I guess he flew back over to pick up Gyro and Scrooge because the bridge is gone. So I wanted to quickly compare the origin of the Gizmo Duck here to the origin of Gizmo Duck in the original series.
Yes.
So in the original series, Gyro built the suit in order to have someone fend off an earlier invention of his called the GICU-2.
Yes.
Which was meant to guard Scrooge's money bin, but now is not letting anyone near it. It has like an army's worth amount of weapons.
Yeah.
To shoot at people.
It overdid its own job.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. And then Fenton steals the Gizmo suit in the original series in order to get back Scrooge's #1 dime, which he lost in a payphone, and then later ended up with the Beagle Boys.
Yep.
So he takes the suit and gives Scrooge back the dime, and then lies to Scrooge about who he is, kind of. And then beats the GICU without Scrooge knowing it's Fenton. And is then hired as Ben's security. So he's both the Ben's security guard and the accountant, for which he receives 2 paychecks, as he should.
Yay.
But for most of that 4-part episode premiere, Scrooge does not know Fenton and Gizmo Duck are the same person. Yeah. And as soon as Gizmo Duck, they kind of forget about Fenton. Yeah. Like, yeah, because Fenton didn't get the dime back and Gizmo Duck did, he's like, well, fuck Fenton. I guess the Beagle Boys killed him.
It's just Gizmo Duck.
Yeah.
No, yeah.
And then when Scrooge learns that it's Gizmo Duck, he's like, well, all hope is lost. They get captured by aliens. Yeah. Spoilers. They get captured by aliens, and they learn that Gizmo Duck is Fenton. It's a weird twist. Yeah. And as soon as he learns, because they're about to, like, die or whatever, and he's like, well, Gizmo Duck will be fine. But it's Fenton, and Scrooge is like, woof. Alright. Peace.
Pack it in.
we had a good run. No faith in Fenton.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Which is sad. But this Fenton is this better. Like, it's
he's just the hero.
It's the more honorable.
Yeah. I love him.
Reason for having the suit. And so we'll see later that night. They back the money bin.
The door falls off the limo.
Yeah, Launchpad is driving Scrooge back. And he goes to open the door for him and it just falls right off. And Launchpad just kicks the door underneath. Yeah, we said Scrooge couldn't give a shit about the car falling apart. He just hops right out, looking pretty cheerful. Yeah. And Scrooge and Launchpad's like, well, alright, have a good day. It's night, Launchpad. It's like 10 o'clock at night, for one.
Yeah, and Scrooge is like, nice work, see you tomorrow.
Yeah, and Launchpad is like, floored. He thought he was gonna be fired.
Yeah. And he's like, so you're not replacing me? And Scrooge is like, it didn't even
occur to him. Yeah. Like, he was never gonna replace him. He's like, of course not. Like, he's like, where else would I find a driver as crazy as me?
Yeah.
Have a good day, Mr. McD.
Nice work today, Launchpad. See you tomorrow.
You're not gonna replace me?
Replace you? Don't be daft. Where would I ever find a driver as crazy and dangerous as I am?
And I was like, that's so good.
Yeah, which is really sweet. Because, original series Scrooge was straight up, I'm replacing you, Launchpad, with this better version of you.
He would, just insult Launchpad when Launchpad wasn't even around.
Yeah, and I remember, the most vividly in the episode Frozen Assets, the second part of, the Fenton premiere. Yeah. That they freeze the lake that Sven dumped the money in. And Scrooge hits it and he's like, hard as Launchpad's head. Launchpad isn't there!
Launchpad can't even defend himself. Yes.
But it's really sweet. Like, it's just like the fact that Scrooge is never going to fire him. Yeah. He's like, no, I was going to keep you, of course, with me, but I was going to hire
these others for the rest of the company.
For everything else, yeah. And Launchpad is like, oh my god.
Yeah.
But then Scrooge is like, oh, by the way, Dewey told me about your driver's license. And we see Dewey in the car, thumbs up, yeah. And then he goes to give him a handshake, good job.
Yeah.
And Launchpad is overcome with emotion.
Yeah. He tears up and he
hugs
goes
him.
for the hug.
He just grabs him and hugs him.
Yeah.
I know that Scrooge doesn't protest it.
No.
He's smiling.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, yeah. He very clearly cares about Launchpad in this.
Yeah, it's very sweet.
A very nice change.
It's just so nice to see all of these characters actually interacting with each other.
Yes.
And he gets really teary as he's looking at his license.
Yeah, go first.
Oh yeah.
Launchpad's he's like, your approval's all the license I need.
That goes to tear it in half.
Tear his license in half. And you're just like, keep the license. And then he tears up looking at it I did it. I had Scrooge's approval.
And I was very emo at 2 a.m.
It's really sweet. But then we see Scrooge going to the elevator and Fenton darts past him. He's trying to quickly create an excuse for Gyro, someone the Gizmo suit,
just burst out.
It burst out and it's I couldn't do anything. And he's like, yeah. Gyro's like, okay, it's fine. You're not really fired. Gizmo Duck. Obviously. Who the fuck else would it be? Which I like, because, in the original series, only Scrooge and Fenton's mother knew he was Gizmo Duck. And no one else knew, even though Fen cannot keep a secret for shit. So in this episode, everyone but Scrooge and Beaks know.
Yeah.
Who Gizmo Duck is.
I love it.
Yeah.
Because Fenton's like, I'm gonna keep it on the download, like, you won't regret it.
Yeah, because like I said, Gyro's like, Scrooge is always saying how my inventions are too dangerous, so so this one needs to be idiot-proofed to, like, the fullest.
Yeah.
And you're just the idiot to do that.
Yeah. And Fenton's like, thank you, like, you won't regret it, and he's like, I'll keep it a secret, I won't tell anyone. Yeah. And Launchpad's like driving out of, like, the garage.
And he's like, bye, Gyro! Bye, Gizmo Duck! Yeah, he's like, from now on, I'm keeping it a secret.
And then Gyro's like, Gizmo Duck, what a dumb name.
Yeah, like, he's still, like, he's a bit nicer in, like, not firing him, and how he talks to him at the end is nicer than he's been. But just the fact that he's like, God, Gizmo Duck's such a stupid name. Like, just thinking of the fact that Gyro probably built the suit for himself.
Yeah.
And so I'm wondering about the implications of that for future times.
Exactly. Haha.
Yeah, so Gyro walks off and Fen follows him, kind of looking a little concerned still. We see, then we go to Beaks. It's night. It's same night. Beaks walking off from, like, on the roof, walking away from the helicopter. Yeah. From the helipad. Looking at pictures of Gizmo Duck that he took.
Yeah.
And he's like, and it's like really kind of sinister voice. The lighting is kind of scary. He's like Lex Luthor at this point. If Lex Luthor was cool and dumb. Fuck, he's like the newest Lex Luthor from Batman vs Superman. Oh. Wait, what's his name? Because he was in the Social Network, wasn't he?
Yeah. I forgot his
all
name.
Coming around. Jesse Eisenberg. Jesse Eisenberg.
We've come full circle. And he's like, Gizmo Duck.
Yeah. I must have him. Like, it's creepy.
Gizmo Duck. I must have him.
But yeah.
Yeah, amazing episode. And I think at this point we will do the remainder of our questions.
Yes.
Reality Phobia asked us this question a week or two ago, and we couldn't get to it because we were obviously rushing.
We're gonna rush it right now, too.
No, we got 9 minutes. That's enough. Shit, this episode is long as shit.
In case you're new, we record, like, in a studio, like, that a school provides, so we have to schedule.
We have to reserve rooms.
Yeah.
But we're good.
Yes, okay.
So Reality Phobia said this. I love your Darkwing Duck episode. Do you have any plans for more Darkwing hiatus episodes outside of the one for part 2, or would you be watching something else? I adore Darkwing, and frankly will listen to you guys talk about the whole series, but also, I just remembered that Quack Pack exists, and that doing one-offs of Disney afternoon shows would be pretty cool, actually. Especially if they're pulling characters from Tailspin for Ducktales 2017. And Reality Phobia, that is what we're doing.
Yeah.
After, I definitely thought about this before, when we had kind of an inkling that the show was going to be going into kind of Disney afternoon territory, with talking about Spoonerville and Cape Suzette and stuff, and Cape Canard. Fuck. St. Canard. Yeah. So we definitely talked about reviewing episodes of the Disney afternoon during small hiatuses and stuff. And yeah, so we're definitely going to do Darkwing Duck Part 2. Darkwing Duck Part 2.
It should have come out, but it didn't. You guys know the story of that. Yeah. But yeah, no, for sure. There's other stuff that we want to talk about.
Yeah, like we'll probably put a poll, but I'm kind of leaning towards the first episode of Tailspin. Cause
that was fun.
Yeah, it's good. Just cause we're getting Don Carnage as it has been confirmed, and that'd be a good thing to do.
But we'll see.
Yeah.
The timing of these things.
Yes.
So we have some really old questions from Super Cutie Hannah-chan that just happened to like fall within our hiatus, so we weren't able to record. But there's one question. Tell us more about your Duckverse headcanons. I only have one headcanon at the moment.
Oh, we can talk about it!
Yeah, wait, which one is it?
The Darkwing Duck.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we knew about this appearance vaguely. We knew that Darkwing Duck was going to appear as a TV show. Because Tad Stone was at Dragon Con last year and talked about this. He spilled the beans.
And he made it clear, like, this is, like, it's going to appear this way, but don't be disappointed.
Yes, and I wasn't.
No.
But, like, people might be.
Yeah, I understand why you would be disappointed.
Yeah. And so that don't be worried about this first appearance, because we are going to see Darkwing again. And so like our kind of thing was at the beginning, like Darkwing is an actual person and it's just filmed by Launchpad, just because of the whole like him crashing into the screen doesn't seem like a thing that would be on TV.
Yeah, exactly. And the whole, like, the poster for Shush is there.
Yes. And the fact that we have seen a sign of Fowl in Webby's conspiracy board.
So, Fowl is real in the real universe. Yeah. And we have hints of spies.
Yes, we know Beakley is a spy. Yes. And we are going to get an episode with Beakley and Scrooge having been spies.
Yeah. So it's very much like...
Yeah, so my whole thing is I'm fairly certain, even if there's no direct Darkwing connection with Launchpad, Launchpad has been moonlighting as a secret agent.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't think I ever said that out loud. Like, in so many, like, just, there it is.
It's very... that's what my thing is, like, kind of like the whole spy organization, Beakley... Yeah. Maybe knowing Darkwing, and Darkwing, like, he's...
Yes, because Frank has implied, like, a connection between Beakley and Darkwing.
Yeah, and, like, the whole, I'm very excited. The whole kind of, he might be playing a superhero for fake, but that's, like, the perfect background, like, the perfect cover for someone who is a superhero.
Yeah, oh yeah.
To act like you're not.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just hope we see Goslin.
Yes, I just want Goslin.
And my other stupid Duckverse headcanon is, if anything, Launchpad also has a Darkwing Duck podcast. Because he would. He would. Yeah, you know.
What's the second question?
The second question, it is, what is our ideal future episode for the Ducktales reboot?
Oh, damn. We are getting another fan episode.
Yes.
Called Who is Gizmo Duck? In which Beaks tries to convince Fenton to leave McDuck Industries to become a crowd-funded superhero. It's great. I would really like an episode that pretty much confirms my thing that Launchpad is a spy.
Yeah.
Just because, like, there's never too much Launchpad character development for me.
This was really, really good.
This is very good. But I definitely would love if he was actually a spy.
Yeah.
Because I think he is. Like, his whole thing within the House of the Lucky Gander episode. Like, I'm like... he has a whole side quest! And then maybe, what else would I want? Goslin to show up in some way, shape, or form.
And for me, I just really want to see Fenton's mom. Which Frank replied to you and said was going to be a thing.
Yes, we are going to see Mrs. Crackshell. And I'm very excited.
Yes.
Oh my god.
We have another question. Are we excited about the new DuckTales merch? Yes.
Yes,
because I've been looking for it for a very long time.
Like there's the Tsum Tsums. Yeah. That's you pronounce that. And then there's the plushes that are too expensive for me.
They're so cute though.
But I want real bad.
And like Disney California Adventure, you can find like the retro mugs. Yeah. And I'm like contacting all my friends. Yeah, we need to go. Yes, we need to go. I'm very excited, especially now that they're being actually released in the US.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And wait, I have one more thought. Wait. Oh, for my birthday, my mom got me a Launchpad and a Scrooge Funko Pop, and then my dad got me, like, I don't know where the fuck he found this, but it's Donald as Han Solo, and then Donald frozen in carbonite as Han Solo.
Oh, and I wanted to mention my little mystery figures. I have really bad luck with those, so I told my brother, like, can you choose them for me? Yeah. And his hot hands, he chose 2 out of 3 that I have. So 2 of the 3 that I have are actually, like, exclusives. I have the little Scrooge in his little bathing suit in money, and then I have Negaduck.
Yes.
I also have Huey, but you know.
Yeah, fuck yeah. Sorry, Huey. And then let me see. We have. Oh wait, let me get it. Reality Phobia asks, how are you feeling about Launchpad's character after this episode? I think this might be the most competent we've seen him in a while. Definitely.
Yes.
I am.
For sure.
I'm really looking forward to what they're gonna do with his character after this.
This was so much. Yeah. And I loved the whole thing. I love just angsting up characters. But it was just really, it felt so genuine. Yes. And it, like, threads back, like, everything that has been happening. Oh, yeah. So I can take a little bit lighter on me not liking the so stupid jokes.
Yeah. How did the Darkwing cameo stand to your expectations? I loved it, but I also suspected that there's more to him than an actor playing a part.
Yeah, that's what we said.
We loved it, we loved it, we loved it. I was losing my shit when we saw it.
Yeah, I thought maybe, like, when it comes to cameos, I thought it might be, like, a little thing that we saw.
I thought it'd be a little thing, like a background.
Yeah, a background I think we had joked about, like, Darkwing Duck being played on a TV and just kind of being there in the background. Yeah. But they showed you.
Started the episode with that, and it was just like a nice nod to the fans.
And seeing all the fans get so excited online this past week has just been amazing. Yes. It's been so much fun.
Did you ever foresee Fenton being so good? No. Yes.
Yes, we hoped.
Yeah, I had very high hopes.
It's so, like, Yeah.
It was great. Also, this isn't a question, but I'm so glad Launchpad has a friend his own age now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Launchpad deserves friends.
Yeah. It's also weird when all of the kids that he hangs around in the original. Doofus, Honker, all of them.
Yeah, and I think that's it for us.
Yes.
You can get in touch with us at Amores Patos Podcast on Tumblr.
Yes. We are way more active now on our Twitter at Amores Patos.
I've stepped up my game. Amores Patos on Twitter. Or if you send us an email, send us a question on amorespatospodcast@gmail.com. I want to thank Fen again. I think I've done that in a while. Thank Fen at Dystopian Graffiti for our lovely cover art.
Yes.
And
thank you guys because this podcast will be fucking long.
Yeah, this one is so long. It's almost 3 hours. Jesus. Well, there's not some long silence. No, you can cut out. Alright, but that's finally it for us. Saludos, amigos.
Saludos, amigos.